You can put that shit on fucking Instagram. We got 100 hits.
Wanna feel your destinies, wanna feel with me. I don't know why I am so scared. It's all within reasons like me. Don't know what else to say. It's all that I can say, yeah. It's all that I can do for you. It's all that we had to fight with. It's all that I can say, yeah. It's all that I can do for you. It's all that we had to fight with.
Happy Gnome Boys. Fresh off the tour. You guys want to tell me about the road or what?
It's been a long road.
That was a long 25-minute jam we just did. I'll tell you what. If that's about all the touring I could do with these guys.
Hey, that was a good jam sesh, though.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Having to use somebody else's guitar.
It's like riding a tricycle.
But you know what was awesome? It didn't take like 30 minutes to tune. And
And he already had strings.
He already had the strings.
already had it.
Yeah.
You used to waiting for him to string up or something?
No, like
Like, Kasey, let's go. Hold on, man. I need my guitar strings.
Wait, we need the strings. All right, Kasey, get your strings.
because I had
He
to be
would break
prepared.
them more than everyone else, though.
Well, yeah. I think it more had to do with the piecings of the cheapo guitars that I played on before.
When did you guys start playing together?
So this is how I remember
This
it.
is- yeah, you guys can start
Sitting
that
in
one.
fucking history class.
Come over here a little bit more on there.
Kasey looks over at me. He's sitting next to me. He's like, "You want to start a band? You play guitar, bass?" And I was like, "No." "Well, get one." I got one.
Well, we were sitting in class, and I remember trading
Like what,
in.
sophomore year, though? I think that's what you did.
Yeah, it was sophomore
It was
year.
high school, definitely.
It
but
was because it was in Aimley.
Aimley's class, or I don't know, whoever the guy was. He's long gone. Who cares? But we were sitting in class, and I got a guitar because I traded in a trumpet because I played trumpet in middle school. I traded in like a trumpet, like $100, and got a guitar. I'd been taking lessons, to play by ear from Kenny Olson in the Dalles. And
Yeah, I took
whatnot.
lessons from him.
And so,
Yeah, everybody did.
yeah, we were friends at that point. And then, yeah, I just, hey man, you got any instruments? Like, I've been playing guitar. And yeah, I'm trying to remember the first time we jammed though, but
I'm the replacement drummer, so.
well,
I think my 16th birthday, I got a bass guitar,
yeah.
and then we started hanging out, and then we convinced Cole Hockey to fucking play with us.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Cole was the
And
original.
then his
he was
mom,
the Chad Cunny and I was the Dave Grohl.
His
that
mom
just
was a
put it all
teacher.
together.
At Colonel Wright, because we were able to jam in the gym at Colonel Wright.
and we used the fucking the speakers for the auditorium to sing through.
For the PA? See, I don't
Yeah.
even know this shit.
And
Well-
Cole Hockey wore the Zorro mask.
Oh yeah, he did.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Well, remember the talent show?
Yeah.
Remember the talent show incident?
Yep.
Yeah, Ben Ballinger.
Well, that's later on. That's down the road.
Oh
though.
yeah.
So
I'll
this
curse
So
is,
that was
his name
before.
later.
That was before, wasn't it? Because that
Uh,
was just you. That was before you
me.
were Happy Gnome.
Oh yeah, because it was me, Brandon, and Cole Hockey.
And Cole, yeah.
Pondo
Yeah.
was still in like Hillsboro or Forest Grove.
no, because I did the DJ thing for that fucking
Oh yeah,
thing.
He was
that's right.
wearing Ralph Lauren.
Yeah,
I
I was-
believe at that
I
point.
was a fucking pretty skinny pretty boy right at that time.
Was that when you had highlights, the blonde
I
highlights?
did.
and the
No,
upper
I think
curls?
that was maybe 8th grade.
Back when
I
your
was
middle
way
name
over
was
that.
Stefan.
Thanks, guys. This is great. Cut it. I'm out. No, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You can edit this. In
See,
post,
and
right?
I knew Brandon. I knew Brandon, and we all went to school together. I mean, it was the Dalles, but we never like hung out in middle school too much or anything. Kasey and I, we were talking last night about way back, like my 7th birthday. I have a VHS of fucking Kasey walking into my house. Tony Rowland was there. I can't remember. Marco was there, of course. A bunch of our old friends, and then Kasey walks in with denim from head to toe, looking like Jay Leno, like he just fell out of Jay Leno's butt. And he's on the tape, like he
Walking
comes
Levi's
in, hey,
commercial.
whatever. And then later on, we went down to the bowling alley And we're all bullying, and Kasey fucking hit a strike or something, and my dad like pans over right when he did it. He's like, oh, yeah. He's all freaking out. That's like one of my earliest memories, and
I
it's
was a
on
ham.
video of Kasey.
How did you have all denim at 7 years old, dude?
I got to ask my mom that question. I think,
I remember him, dude.
I was the last out of 4 kids, like, so Salvation Army, when they had that half off sale. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, head to toe denim.
Yeah.
Like Venom. It was denim venom.
Yeah. It was.
I got bit.
But yeah, that was fun. And they later on they came to me and kind of after Cole and them. I don't know.
Remember your dad put on that fucking wrestling thing at the high school, and the Dragon Fags were there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I think you were hanging out with Garrett, and then we were like, Pando. No, Kasey goes, hey, man, what do you think about Pando? You can't cuss in front of him, though, okay?
Yeah.
You can't cuss in front of Pando.
That's right. I was going through a very religious stage.
You got to
in my
watch
life.
what you say.
That was after Ralph Lauren. Then I went to fucking Jesus Freak.
Was that when we were all going to youth group together?
Yeah. Well, you're like, we're going to youth group because you wanted me to play in your band.
Yeah.
So,
I had to recruit
I was like,
somehow.
yeah, let's do it. So Jesus is cool, man. Let's do it. And anyway, so
Hell's Bells.
they led me
I
right to
remember.
Satan.
I did go.
Yeah,
Hell's
you guys
Bells.
led me right back to Satan where I belong.
Because they showed a video in youth group called Hell's Bells where they tried to make it, Satan music, is the cause for all of teenage, anger and all this bullshit. But it was really cool because they were showing bands that were like, oh, dude, Metallica, Marilyn Manson, Slayer, like.
Casey's like, youth group rocks.
This is cool. Wait, we're not supposed to do this?
Wait a minute.
Only thing I remember from that's the dude telling the story about when he was fasting and he pulled the tapeworm out of his ass.
That's the System of a Down song you're thinking of, isn't it?
No, that's
Pull the tapeworm out of your ass.
well, that too.
It could be.
That's the
He was
only thing I
fasting.
remember, dude.
Pull the tapeworm.
It
I don't
could
remember
very
that.
well be.
Anyways, so yeah, they just from what I remember, it was that, and then I ended up going up to Kasey's garage where they played, where Brandon and him and Cole played, and I was playing on Cole's drum set for the first like 3 or 4 practices, and then I think he got fucking pissed, which I would too.
He came and got his shit.
He came and got his shit, and then I didn't have a drum set.
You guys kept playing and using his set, but you didn't tell him that you're using it. You just like didn't tell him band practice is
Kind of
happening.
like he was our girlfriend and we were falling out of love.
And they found me, and I was a confused little girlfriend.
When he showed up, were you there when he showed up to get his shit?
I don't think
I can't
so.
remember how he got his stuff, but it
How
seriously was
awkward.
like the quintessential, the soon-to-be ex meeting the current. Like, this is awkward.
It was fun, dude. You're gonna do big things. I'm just here to take your spot. I'm sorry. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. But
I missed that. What the hell is he doing anyways?
I don't know.
We'll have
I think he's a park ranger.
I think he is too. Last I heard, he was doing a park ranger shit, which is rad.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know.
But we were the garage bands.
Your mom
And-
would always come in. Why don't you guys play the Beatles?
Why don't you play some nice music? Why does it always have to be so loud and aggressive?
Why does that Pondo boy always smell like cheap alcohol?
Meanwhile, my dad's on the couch, just, laid out.
Dadding it up. Old
Dadding
Steve
it up.
McCabe.
Old Steve.
In the memorabilia.
Yeah, which is funny because
That's a later story.
That's a later story.
That is a later story. Yeah,
Dressing up in the memorabilia and partying with Stan's having killer cool guy parties upstairs. We're
No, he was
downstairs,
he was in his basement room having killer parties and whatnot. Like, yeah, the girls in our class. It's like I'm walking by and seeing like 2 or 3 of them, and it's, oh my god, you're Stan's brother. Like, I have a name, bitch. You fucking know who I am.
You're like, can you please move? I'm trying to get into the fridge.
Yeah. Either what? Fucking A. Like, could you move?
No, those are good times, man. And then I think it kind of turned into, you guys already had songs kind of written and
Yeah, we
shit.
had Get Up. I think Get Up was the first ever.
Slut.
And Slut. Like, those were the first ever songs that we had.
Slut was number 1.
Yeah. Which I
I don't even know how to play
forgot how to.
I forgot about that shit. We didn't play Get Up or Slut today.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Did you guys ever record anything back then?
Oh, tell them about your recorder.
I had
Tell
my
'em
mom.
about-
My mom worked at the courthouse, and she had an
Oh,
old
fuck.
courtroom recorder.
Who taught you to Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, go. Sorry.
And we recorded shit on that, and then I could flip the audio backwards in reverse. And, yeah,
And
come
have
up
a
with
really
all
cool
sorts of
recordings.
weird shit.
Yeah, so they would record on that. We later on did our first like big concert that we put on was because we always did shows at the Civic Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
Because
God,
the chick that was running it, she was pretty cool. And
She worked with my mom.
yeah,
so
she
gave
worked
us a killer deal.
yeah,
Oh,
so
shit,
I would
yeah.
go there and be like, hey, we want to put on a no alcohol, drug free dance, my band. And we have a couple local bands that want to do like a dance. And she'd be like, oh, dance, cool. So she would.
Well, that was the way to sell it, was to tell them,
Yeah.
anti-drug, anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
We're about keeping teens clean.
That's right. Dare. We're keeping the
While
kids
we're
off.
downstairs shotgunning beers
Yeah.
and smoking weed.
We dare to rock.
My dad buys us all pizzas back there and we're stoned and drunk off our ass.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I would talk to her and be like, yeah. So she would let us rent that whole entire Civic Auditorium for like, I think the first time we did it, I got it for like $100 for the night. And then my dad was like, you got to get sponsors and you don't have to pay for that. You can have businesses pay. So I went around. I can't remember if Jimmy, did you go with? We went
Yeah,
around and
We went to Clint's. We went to the
to that cremation and burial
Yeah.
place.
I
we
went
got
to the
like,
music store.
we got like
I remember that.
$500 from sponsors
Then
from
we go-
people. And we only had to pay $100 for the building. So we already made $400
Then went
just
to
doing
cash
that.
and carry and got a whole bunch of like soda. And
Yeah.
food
Yeah,
and-
like we
be able
got
to
we got
sell.
like what do you call it? Like the COT things of soda and shit donated. So we just gave all that shit out.
$3 at the door, and if you brought us a gnome, you were in for free.
Yep.
Yeah.
Serious?
And
I
we
I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, everybody in town lost a lawn gnome that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
we
okay,
put
so-
them on
Yeah.
stage and shit.
So where did Happy Gnome come from?
Fucking
Sarah
Sarah
Long.
Long.
Sarah Long. I remember. Don't you know you're
My
supposed
bad.
to put that shit on silent? God,
Oh shit. That's a
It
good
was
idea.
Lucian.
amateur. You should have answered.
Damn it,
You
Lucian.
should be part of the whatever. But I remember
Yeah,
I
Sarah
was
Long.
all
Come over here in
stoned.
front a little bit more.
I was stoned coming back from lunch or something, and the rumor was she had a crush on me.
Yeah.
And
Right there.
she had like doodles and shit,
I
like
like these
different
like
drawings.
don't say names and every fucking every other person. We're like, oh, yeah, Sarah Long, you fucking.
Sarah L. Okay, Sarah L. Either way, like she had I had a class with her, and she had a doodle pad or something, and I remember just like, oh, hey, you think you can draw a masturbating gnome?
She's
And
like, yeah, cool.
She was a freak, but she was a good artist, dude. Like
Yeah.
she was very good at what she did.
quite bohemian.
But what? Why a gnome? What is that?
I was stoned. I don't know.
It just
You
seemed
thought
like,
it was cool?
It was.
Sounded great at
I
the
can't
time.
remember that far back.
So
I
you told her to
mean,
do a masturbating gnome, but then
Yeah.
she just put happy gnome.
She put Happy Gnome on the bottom and
So
shit.
she
And
fucking named
I
us?
think we
Yeah.
were.
Whoa!
We were trying to come up with names, dude. I remember the
Like
notebooks. Pollywog.
Pollywog. I remember that fucking name.
Oh,
I was like,
I
What?
wish we had that notebook of like all the names that we were like trying. Pollywog was one.
See, this is pre-
That was
no,
the
this
only
is
one
them.
I remember.
I remember writing down like cash. But instead of cash, CASHE. To throw. But then that'd be cachet. But there was like
Cachet.
sliver. Like I'm trying to remember all those names. There was just
Sliver
remember.
chair.
no, it was a sliver hair.
Silver chair. Or sliver chair.
No, it was sliver hair.
Yeah, sliver hair. Yeah, that was. I was
So
a part of
she
that.
that thing that she drew the first time is what ended up being the
That's
logo.
it right there, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, and so I think we talked about this last time
Everything.
when you and I did solo.
yeah.
Why do they have tattoos and you don't?
And
You're
I
all fucking
told you-
tatted up.
Yeah, what's up
Because
with that?
when
Bitch.
Jesus Christ, man, we're branded. I wish I was branded.
yeah, that has so many meanings. Sorry, go. No, because when they were getting their tattoos and
There's no more real estate.
I just no real estate now. I was
He's got a lot up here.
yeah, I'm gonna get the face tattoo.
Okay, go.
But the story was that while they were getting their tattoos, I guess I was just a vagina. And I think I said that last time I was just a vagina. I didn't get it for some reason. I wasn't thinking about that or
Well, you gonna do it now?
Just a little one,
I
like right
probably
here?
have like
Like right here,
Space.
no little guy
I
right there.
yeah.
Just
I
a little guy.
Just put us
Okay.
right here. Put us right here.
So my artist John H.
John.
If you're watching this, I need to schedule an appointment
Yeah.
for
Maybe
the
a
next
touch
one.
up. Maybe a touch up.
But I should. But my one idea that I was going to get was actually a spoon with a gnome looking in, so how the spoon would be reflected and whatnot. But then I was thinking, oh, people are going to think I'm a heroin addict. Yeah, fucking big old spoon right here.
Right
and
in,
shit.
right in the
You'd fit
middle of
in
your
here in
arm.
Oregon.
Right.
Fucking A, dude.
I
That's
have
actually
no
a good idea.
excuse. I have no excuse. I have no
Spoon.
excuse.
That's awesome.
That's all I can say about the tattoo. But I do have a little bit of real estate that's gonna hurt, so maybe that'll make up for it. All the pain that'll go through getting tatted there.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Brandon are gonna get ours removed. So
Dude, wait until he does his. And then
Just
he's
so
like,
you
guys,
know.
guess what? And I'm like, oh,
Check it
fuck, dude,
out.
sorry, man. This
Check
is
it
a
out.
later big scar of a nothing there.
There, that was the later drawing.
Put it on the camera too.
Where
I don't have it hooked up.
we're all smoking weed, and
Oh, let me see that.
there's a bong,
Send
and
it to me.
then right there you can see her name.
Oh, she wrote her name in.
Sarah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you send it to me, I'll put it back in later.
Yeah, let's flash. Like, pause. This will be where it's at.
Well, I don't think kids start bands anymore. Seemed like something that all of us did when we were in high
Well,
school.
no,
but
now they're all producers.
well, now they're all YouTube stars.
Mumble rappers.
Well, all they have to have is a music
We like
program.
electronic
Like, all they
beats.
need is a music program.
Talk into the
on-
mic.
I can hear myself.
Okay.
All they need is a
Just trying
music
to be a
program
producer.
and download, and they have all of their instruments on the laptop: guitar, drums, keyboard.
I wish
like,
we had all the shit that's out now back when we did it.
Well, and that's the
Everything would have
thing.
been so much easier.
Well,
Like,
Jimmy
we were-
turned into Jimmy Jams, and he was like the fucking once you got into your Mac, you had your Mac, and you had what was your sound program that you used?
It was just
GarageBand.
GarageBand.
Yeah.
I remember,
Yeah.
and that was kind of later. Obviously, later. I think
That
after
was
we were in high school.
2004.
Yeah.
That was when we lived on 113th, right?
Yeah.
Because I went on that boat and came back with fucking mad cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just started
Single
buying
young guy
shit.
with
Mhm.
and he's like, let's record, let's do this. And then at that time, I know we're gonna bounce back and forth
Oh, dude.
with time periods, but
Yeah.
I had the studio with LFD downtown in the Dalles, and then you guys got fucking MC spot that was like huge,
200,
humongous.
200 foot by 200 foot.
And they lived in there.
we had a fucking
Well,
trampoline.
I lived in there.
Oh yeah, Kasey lived in there.
I
Well,
lived
Brandon
in there.
kind of lived in there too, didn't you?
No.
You never crashed.
No,
Are you-
Casey lived there.
Are you talking about the place that I had with
Yeah.
the
The meat
Ballinger?
lockers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They
It's
had
a-
the
it's a-
MC spot,
the
that
big
huge one.
one.
In the middle.
Mm,
For a while.
200-foot
We had
ceilings.
an old school bathtub we'd pee in, and it would like trickle out and then through the wall outside.
Casey, we're jamming in there one day and there's exposed wires and shit. And he's like flicking around his guitar string. He hits the fucking thing and it like lights up and shocks him. He's like, ah!
Dude, it shocked the shit out of me.
We're like,
I re-
oh my God, we
I
killed
remember
Casey.
I'm just, all old man, watch monocle type thing, like, hey guys. And it snapped off of an open wire and shit. And the funny thing was it hit me and it like my whole body got smacked and shit. And so
Yeah,
I
you
just
got
remember
bitch
like
slapped.
Yeah, dude.
I took 2 steps and then I fell. And then the guitar string that I was holding, a full guitar string,
It lit up.
It fucking sparked, arced all the way down till it was about, 3 inches from my hand, like
It was
bright
crumbly.
red.
It was nuts.
Like,
Dude, that was a cool space though.
dude.
I had some good nights
There were some
there.
great times there. I wish, fuck, man, yeah. I mean,
oh, that space.
we have
is-
studios
yeah.
now, but I will never touch what that place was.
No, it was basically just like a concrete
Hang out. And once
garage.
yeah, and we leave the bar and everybody would be like, we're going over to Pondo's space. Or
Yeah.
at the time they had a space. So it's like, we would just, I think a couple times, I just opened up my door and they'd have their door open and it was kind of just like, what the fuck?
Who had the door where we had to crawl in? Wasn't there a
That
midget?
was your guys'.
a mi- yeah, we had the midget,
midget door.
right?
Oh, yeah.
The little people door.
See, we used to break into, I guess we could say this now. We used to break into that fucking place.
7
before-
years. It's been 7 years.
When
we're good.
MCMC was in there, we would
Statute
crawl
of
through the
limitations.
gnome door and
We
fucking
got Christmas lights.
yeah, we'd go looking in through boxes. This is like all MCMC shit that they just stored in there, and we would
Mhm.
fucking we'd go
Yeah.
in there and make it our own.
You guys slept there though? Like you lived
I
there?
did. Yeah.
Had a trampoline in
We,
there. that
we made a
slept
sound
on.
room, a fully carpeted sound room, because at the time I was working for a carpet place in the
drum
Dalles.
room.
And so I took some old remnants that some people were using, whatever. And so makeshift sound room. Brandon did most of the work. I'll give him credit, but I had the carpet. So we made this soundproof
Brandon's
room.
our engineer.
And, I'd either sleep in that or the wrestling mat.
No. It was
a
pole vaulting.
Yeah, the pole
It was
vault
a big
mat.
pole vaulting mat from the high school.
And then the trampoline.
the middle school.
So many cool shit.
Because they tore down the middle school. Remember when they tore down the middle
What-
school?
okay.
My mom got all sorts of shit.
What is MCMC?
Mid-Columbia Medical Center.
Okay, so they just had a bunch of shit that they
Dude,
were
they have-
storing there, and you just took it and
They have
used it.
storages all over
Whoa.
town.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think they
They
left a
left.
bunch of shit.
They
and
did
then
leave a
got
bunch
the
of
spot.
shit and used it, but
But they had a trampoline in there, like a full-size fucking trampoline.
We had the track mat, the trampoline, a basketball hoop, dartboard.
The fucking
Fucking-
studio Jimmy made for us to record like the little shit we were fucking with Happy Gnome.
How did I never go there during what year was this? Do you remember?
Like 2004 or 5.
No. It would have been
6
8.
Oh, was it?
or 8,
7, 8.
somewhere around.
Yeah, because Shannon must have been born. Yeah, so maybe it was later on.
But what's funny about this place though is that we had all these like adult playthings, sound room, a pole vault mat, a trampoline, and then we had our instruments. But then offset was like a steel desk that was like the epicenter of like business. This is where we do our business.
We sit here and we
It's all about the business.
we sign our contracts there and we do our business. It's all about the business.
This is where we
Pando
put our-
Productions presents
We have our portfolios together, and this is where we store them.
our IRAs and yeah.
Make sure copyright infringements.
It was fucking awesome. It was cool.
Dude.
That was a great time.
What was the rent? Do you remember?
Oh shit! It was ridiculous.
$100 or something?
No, they paid like 400, I think.
No, it was like 200.
250. It was like
Yeah,
250
something like
between
that.
me and
Yeah,
him.
because mine was like under $100.
Dude, when I had that one with
80
Ballinger,
bucks or
I think
something?
it was $125 a month, and I didn't pay anything. He just paid all of it.
Right. Yeah, when LFD did, we split it 4 ways. So really, I mean, even though I was making dick then, it was like $30 a month from each one of us.
Hey, Bando.
It was fucking cool.
Weren't we?
Uno más.
Didn't we almost get somebody else to start paying in? I thought somebody was like interested in also being able to
No,
go
we
down there
had
and jam.
Klein trying to always get that
Oh,
guy
yeah.
to fucking jam with us.
There was
Trying.
there was a mariachi band down there too, right?
They were upstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There
there
was-
was,
they
but
were
there
up-
was a band on the very end too.
dude, they were brave. Because remember the section where
Oh,
there
yeah.
was a brewery there? There was a section.
There
we
was a
decided to go up
band.
there one late night. We decided
and the
we were all
stairs-
drinking,
Oh,
and we go up the stairs, and the
janky
floor.
as fuck.
It wasn't creaking; it was splitting apart.
Yeah.
Like this shit. Like
Like we were shit faced and still scared to go up there and fuck around up there. Usually you're like, hell yeah, let's go do it. We're like, that's a
Meh.
death trap. Okay, let's go.
Dude, but then they had
There were
files up
cracks.
there that go back to like the 1930s.
Yeah.
When that thing was an actual
meat
meat
locker.
locker.
Well, it was a brewery
Books,
too,
Fucking
wasn't it?
No, it's a brewery now.
boxes of
Well,
shit.
yeah, but I mean, back in the day, I thought it was.
It was a meat locker, dude. They stored like,
I'm sure it was a whole bunch of stuff. There were probably hookers doing their thing in there, like in the 1930s.
That was next door.
Yeah.
if those walls could
The
talk.
speakeasy.
But yeah,
Prohibition
there was the guy that ran it was pretty cool, and I know he for the longest time he just had bands and stuff in there.
Kroll.
days.
Yeah, Kroll.
Kroll.
And then
Big
Um,
80s movie.
name drop. And then but yeah, then it turned into later on is what it is now, brewery and
But-
winery and
See,
shit.
you had to have a key to get in the front door, but then when you walk down the hallway, there was like the big room, and then I think there were 3 on the right hand side, but it was just like plywood. It was like 1/2-inch plywood
Yeah.
with a fucking latch and like a
Cheeto?
like a little lock that you'd have on like
Yeah.
your locker at
My
school.
dad,
like,
my dad built the 2 doors on the first one and the middle one because he had bands in there back when I was younger,
oh.
like when I was like 7 and 8.
Mhm.
He'd have like Brack's band and all them
Dude.
back in the day.
You just remind me. Didn't I spend the night at your house way back in the day? And your dad took us down there,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I remember the band. All of them had long hair
Yeah.
and shit. But I was spending the night at your house. And you went, hey, we're gonna go down here, and
Yeah,
then
I'm
I
sure.
remember that because
Yeah, my dad had
the rolling door at the very end, where the rolling door where
Yep,
we all
yep.
would be out and hanging out and doing serious things. Serious.
Yeah, he built the fucking doors on the 2 that we had, that Max, you and Ballinger had, and that LFD eventually had to move into the middle one where you guys peed in all the time. I
Oh,
remember
dude.
I told Adrian, I'm like, dude, before we, because Kroll was like, I'm sorry, I got to move you guys over. The fucking winery's getting this one. And I was like, you got to give us like 2 weeks to clean this fucking place. And Adrian's like, why? And I'm like, because That was the piss spot, dude.
Dude, gallons
Yeah.
and gallons.
We
of piss.
scoured that fucking place for a week, and then we painted the
They're
walls
still
and everything.
scrub it out.
And yeah, before we moved in that middle spot, I knew what happened in there. Nobody else did.
We used to come down there when we had that.
I fucking
Yeah.
peed in there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
I knew it was
what you
happening.
knew.
That's
And,
what I knew.
Dude, one night we went over there and we were just being like wild and drunk, and we started smashing all the lights on the ceiling.
Yep.
So I don't know why, but that one was vacant. And dude, we fucked it up one night.
We did some work to get it.
Dude, I
not
did that to
get
ours
it
while we were in
playable.
there. I was going down there and drinking a fifth of whatever by myself and start jamming. Like, I need to get in this mode. Like, I throw a bottle across the room.
Then you
like,
hear the ghost trains.
Well, I remember sleeping in that thing was a fucking trip, dude.
Yeah.
Like, straight up trip.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
You're in this
You're a
big-ass
brave man for
area.
sleeping in there by yourself.
Sometimes I wasn't alone, but I mean, it was a trip because the pole vault net was in the middle of it, right? And so I don't just want to piss on the fucking floor. So I would try to I'd be disoriented because I was loaded, and I would try to get towards the tub where the restroom, and and you would just hear like,
Yeah. No, I
like
I never
fucking
heard.
wailing.
I did. I know what he's talking about because I'd get
You're
I'd
wailing
get in
in the
all
middle of
kinds
the
of
night.
trouble, and I would do the best thing I could do at that time in my life and leave my family and go stay down at that studio for a day or two with Willow. And I do feel bad about that. I have pictures, but I would sleep. We had couches in there, and I'd start to be like, oh, I can crash down here. I'm drunk enough, and I would leave halfway through the night. I'd be like, fuck this, I'm out. It's scary. It's old. I'm by myself. Willow's not fucking gonna do anything.
And Casey's like, please don't leave.
Well, no, I never crashed with him. I
He's
was
in the
on
other room. I'm out, bitch.
Well, I had to, you
No.
know.
I got scared though.
How long did you live there, dude?
I think a lot. Because at the time I was.
It's a dark period. I want to fucking talk
Well,
about
no,
it.
at the time I was.
I'm still living there.
I was staying in my mom's basement at her duplex and shit because she was charging me like. I don't think she was even charging me rent. I'll get corrected if she ever sees this. Sorry, Mom. But I remember taking showers up there and dropping a deuce up there because there's no place to go down at the
Oh yeah,
the jam
there was
spot.
the middle area.
Well, I didn't do that. I was
I'm a civilized individual.
I had standards, but it's like
There
before
was
I go
no
to
plumbing
work.
there, so yeah, there was no bathroom.
Yeah, so you basically could piss. The women had to go outside. I remember that because they didn't want to do it in front of everybody.
I don't remember ever having
Prudes.
girls down
Yeah.
there that had to go somewhere.
Not one's worth it.
But you're right. There were no bathrooms anywhere in that whole building.
Yeah.
No plumbing. It was like you got to piss outside. If you got to shit, go to a
There-
bar.
Yeah,
and
walk
go
down the
go to
street.
go to Zim's.
Go to
Go to
Zim's.
fucking something.
There was
The
one
owners-
bathroom, but it was behind a locked door. We didn't have access to it.
Was
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, there's in the front where the whiskey centers used to play.
Mhm.
Oh,
They had a bathroom in their
Name drop.
side.
And then Sweetie and those guys, it turned that into their jam spot.
Mhm.
And then they were the Russian brides.
Whiskey Centers played there too?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was the first time I went down there was to watch them play.
Who's in Whiskey Center, Casey?
Wasn't Whiskey Center
Name drop time.
It was the cop, wasn't
Jamie Carrico.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It wasn't,
police
it
officer?
wasn't
Mark
Brackenberry,
Vogel.
was it?
Mark Vogel. Yeah. It was.
He was
Well,
the
no, I was
guitarist.
thinking Brackenberry.
And then
no,
the drummer
he
was Todd.
He was
he had his own thing.
Stone Still.
Stone. Yeah.
I drummed with him for a while, but
Yeah.
no, Jamie Carrico.
Yeah, it was
I
Carrico
remember
and-
going back to our real quick, segueing back to when we did the shows at
Granada.
the Civic and the Granada.
the Granada show
There's
where
that
we
one
got
time-
banned for life.
Yeah, we played at the Granada with fucking Whiskey Centers, and at the time Carrico he's the cop, and then one of the guys
Drug
was like,
task force.
and yeah, and one of the other guys was like a drug and alcohol counselor. It doesn't matter. I don't know his name, but they were fucking like smoking weed in the bathrooms and everything. And then we, Happy Gnome, get in trouble for it and get banned from playing there
Got
when
blamed
they were
for
the
it.
fucking idiots doing it.
Carrico made
We
it
got
up though.
high in our own cars and
Yeah,
drunk
we
on
were
our
away
own
from the
shit.
place. We were
Because
respectful.
that guy pulled me over once after that, and I had a fucking bong sitting right next to me, and I forgot all about it.
In your
He's like,
car?
"Oh, so- yeah, in my truck. And,
No,
and
like-
then I had two girls.
Didn't you have Thor?
And I had people in the back of the truck.
And he just kind of let it go.
and he was like, "Go."
Yep.
Just get out of here.
Get along.
He
now.
did that to me once too.
That was
But-
your free pass.
Shout
Then the
out.
next time I
Well,
seen him, it was an
shout
MIT.
I remember that show though, because it was pretty awesome. Like I was fat, You know,
I wore a thong.
Yep. And your
Good thing
mesh,
we're not now.
your mesh tank top. I remember that mesh tank top, dark blue,
Oh,
and he had his
yeah.
thong, khaki shorts.
And Matt
his
Gowdy
Under
jumped on
shoes.
stage. Remember at the end of our show, he came and run from the back of the place. He was with Sarah and shit, and he ends up running up on stage, jumping up. Oh my God, you guys are so cool! Just being a dickhead. Do you remember that? And you're okay. Anyway,
Well, and
He's dead
2%. Remember 2%?
Milk?
yeah, they're still
Yeah,
around. They're
they
still
are.
a band here in Portland. They're actually a pretty well established punk rock band.
I just
in
remember
Gresham.
one of them yelling at me because I did a faux hawk. I didn't, go all punk rock and shave my head, but I took the top of my hair when I had hair, and I actually faux hawked it. And, get a real mohawk, and I think I said something like "fuck you." Or
You're like
stupid.
I don't have that much hair. Hold it up. Leave me alone.
Leave
I'm
me
not
alone.
shaving the rest of it.
It's brittle.
No, those wouldn't. Yeah, Cerulean Blue.
Oh man.
Shout out One Star Sky.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Klein brothers.
I think I still have that
Danny
CD.
and
Those guys are
Rod.
badass.
They
Both
were
the
fucking
Josh
cool.
and fucking Paul
Mm.
together. Have you ever seen them play on a
Oh, yeah.
piano together?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Paul
dude.
would play like the low end, and
They're
Josh would be on the
talented
high
brothers,
end.
man. They are
Mhm.
talented people. We got to play with them separately. With Happy Gnome, not with Happy Gnome. I miss those guys. They're
Well, and
good
Josh
fucking-
is a photographer-esque.
yeah.
I see pictures, dude. He's got a beautiful family, and he has all these, awesome pictures of this and that. And of course, he plays. Oh, this is just something I did.
Yeah, you
And
can
it's
go
like,
into that White Salmon Hotel, and he's got every photo in there's from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
sweet.
Was it cool with Happy Gnome and everyone else back in the day, or was everybody like?
No,
No,
we
everybody
were
was-
always cool.
everybody was cool?
It was tight. Yeah,
Dude,
it was
awesome.
And then Hotbox, they were before us. They paved the way for pretty much anything that we want. And they were cool as shit. The dudes were awesome.
yeah.
So they were never dicks. You had those bands that you look up to. Like I personally, and I can't speak for them, but I'm sure they feel the same way, always looked up to Hotbox.
Yeah.
And, bands like that. And they were like doing the Armory shows before we were doing anything.
Mhm.
I remember seeing
And
them at
then,
the Armory.
and then
yeah.
when we actually got our shot in Portland for the first time and we got to play at the Paris Theater, I remember them coming and watching us.
Yeah.
And like bringing in some bands like they're from the Dalles.
What am
There's
I,
a
a fucking
story.
vending machine?
No, there is this.
We're from the Dalles. These boys are from the Dalles. It was cool. It was like a tight net thing. Portland Elvis came to our show. We
dude, he
gave
was-
him one of our
He was
tickets.
always there.
He was
Oh.
fucking rocking out front with us.
Baby, it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye. he was a tribute.
He was playing his guitar down at Saturday Market, and we had all these tickets that we were supposed to sell.
Oh,
That was the
man.
thing with Senior Frog back in the day. Like they ran the Paris Theater. Like you can play, but you got to sell 40 tickets.
Yeah.
And
So-
we didn't sell any. We were just like giving them away.
Yeah.
So if you didn't sell them, they wouldn't let you play.
No, we were supposed to pay
No,
for them.
then
never
we
did.
had to pay to play.
Yeah, maybe we did.
So you bought the 40
Well,
tickets.
we had
So
a
you
That's
could
how it
play?
happened a lot of the time was we got gas money. And
Yeah.
sometimes not even gas money. But it was about playing a show.
I think we
Yeah.
had money from civic auditorium shows or something. And my dad kind of stepped in as like manager. So he'd take care of that. So once
Pando Productions.
we hooked up with this, I remember it was
Cello.
Senior Frog back in the day. And we were supposed to sell his ticket. We didn't fucking sell any. And so
Yeah.
we saw Elvis down performing at Saturday Market. And we're like, will you come to his show? And he's just like,
No.
and he came.
Yeah.
And anyways,
He dressed down for the show,
the
though.
point of what I was saying, the point of what I was saying, I think he played a show in front of our show.
Yeah.
on the sidewalk.
He's got his white jumpsuit.
The man's a businessman.
His pants are like this far off of
He's
his
still around,
his
dude.
New Balance shoes. He did wear New Balance shoes because they went with the 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 jumpsuit.
COVID did not shut him down.
It did not, well, didn't he pass away before?
Nope. He's still rocking, dude.
What?
Elvis is still.
Oh,
Elvis
for
is
real?
still
I
rocking.
thought he died.
I
I'm
thought he
friends with
died.
him on Facebook. It's kind of a big deal.
Fuck yeah.
But it goes back to what I was saying with Hotbox and like the bands that we played with. It was cool, man. One Star Sky was doing their shit in White Salmon.
Mhm.
We played at Club Rio up in the Heights and Hood River with like them.
Oh, and the
Cerulean
Dragonflies.
Blue, Dragonflies. We did a lot of shit with a lot of
They
those
were out
bands.
there shooting.
Well, remember
heroin.
the
Shut the fuck up.
remember the White Salmon midday festival thing that we played in the park?
Yeah, I have a flyer for that.
Yeah.
On my phone. Yeah.
Like like that was what it was all about.
That was
Like
the
I haven't
pinnacle.
seen anything in,
No.
really about kids.
No, that's what
Like,
Maxwell was
kids
saying. These
our
bands,
age-
kids aren't doing it.
Yeah, they're not going out and getting bands together, and if they are, they're keeping it secret as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to get shows, especially summertime and shit. Because
Mhm.
summertime you can be outside, wintertime you try to find the inside venues. Now, like to like rent the Civic Auditorium
Oh,
for
yeah.
anything, you gotta have like fire insurance, you gotta have security, you gotta have a deposit. I mean, shit, man. If you fart in the room, you're gonna have to pay $50 and shit.
Well, you have
Like,
to have. I think it's like
seriously.
a $1 million insurance policy that you have to have covered. Like it's something ridiculous. You
Yeah.
can't fucking do that shit anymore.
We had to have
We
that
broke the-
before, but
they
Crystal
waived
kind
it.
of waived it
Well, yeah,
off.
I think
had
she
our
just put us
security.
under their insurance or
But
something.
they were rebuilding the whole thing, so they were just happy to get anybody in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. Like, what are they? what
Nothing
events
else
are they
is-
booking?
Yeah.
Is there just nothing going
The
on?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, serious?
I think they do like
plays and stuff?
flea
Yeah,
markets.
they did
and
plays next
I think
door.
they do flea markets and like swap meets and
Yeah,
shit. And
well,
and
Cherry
like Christmas
Festival.
time, they like sell Christmas trees in there. And
Well, Mr. Hare, we'll call him A Hare, like the one floating.
shit. Oh, here, yeah.
But he's got a country band, and I think they've actually played the auditorium
Yeah.
that got refinished.
That place
so,
is that place is nice now.
Yeah, I got to see it when Gerald was fixing it up and everything.
Gerald, dude, is he alive?
No,
still?
I think he passed.
No, he did.
He was
pass.
cool. He was the Gerald was the maintenance guy
Yeah.
at the Civic, and he was so
Old burned
fucking
out
cool.
hippie.
Oh,
He was so
dude.
fucking cool to us, dude. He was like, anything we needed, he'd like get it done for us.
Yeah.
He made stages for us. You know, hey, we get there and like, so what are you guys gonna play on? And we'd be like, oh, I don't know. You got a PA system?
there.
I don't know. And he'd be like, fuck. So he'd like makeshift like a stage for us and shit.
They
Yeah.
had gear. They had PAs and stuff at the Civic.
I
They
think
had
we
storage stuff.
kind of put
We
together
Jimmy rigged
PAs. Like we had our own shitty kind of PA. I think we like anybody that has anything. I know when we play with Hotbox there and like Relent for No One came down, Hotbox brought down their whole PA and shit. And they
Yeah.
had like what's his name, dude that always wore the suits. He was like their sound guy.
Oh shit.
You know who I'm talking? Gibson?
Yeah, but
Something Gibson?
Danny?
No,
It wasn't Danny.
You know who I'm talking
yeah,
about.
it was Danny's brother.
No, it was something Gibson. Anyways,
Yeah, it was
Tim.
Tim.
Ah, yeah.
He was cool as shit, and he like
He was in the talent show too.
and that was like our cool shows when we did it with them. And so they would put together a nice PA. But whenever we did shit with like us and Cerulean Blue or
Cerulean.
One Star Sky, we just kind of put together.
And you had to
whatever fuck we
pronounce it
had.
right. It wasn't Cerulean Blue, it was Cerulean.
Something bullshit. Yeah. They were cool.
There were a lot of bands that came out of that time period.
Yeah,
There were
dude.
like 10, 12 different bands.
Name the bands that you remember, Jimmy. Name bands that you remember from
The Poop Deck Pirates.
Poop Deck Pirates, which they were a thing for a minute, right?
Yeah,
And then later on, they were Cassetto or something.
I don't know. I do
Yeah.
remember that. I don't think we ever played with them.
Remember
No.
Smoosh Knob?
Yes.
They were Portland.
What about UVR?
I got 2 girlfriends.
Oh yeah,
Oh no,
They were on
I
our-
want your girlfriend too.
I need one more girlfriend too. Yeah, they were
They were
on.
some
They
punk
were on
band from
our.
Well, because they were
California.
trying to do radio. That was their genre. They were doing radio friendly, which we were getting told to do radio friendly stuff.
They were like,
bad, yeah.
Well, yeah,
girlfriend too.
because was anybody ever trying to get on Q104?
We
Was that a
did
thing?
Q104
Yeah.
with Justin Hoffman.
We were
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
we did
I
it.
got
It was
kicked out of there.
It was before the Civic show, wasn't it?
Yeah, remember I called in and he was like, I was like, yeah, this is Cody. And I think me and you were in my house calling and he's just like, yeah, come to our show. He's like, well, you don't seem excited about it. I'm like, it's going to kick ass. And he like, he cut me off.
Yep.
And he's like, don't go to their show. I can't promote stuff like that. And I was just like, fuck you, man. You told me to get excited and I'm fucking getting excited.
He was probably worried about the FCC finding him.
Yeah.
You know, this little spec radio station in the Dalles, Oregon.
That's-
What?
Can't
what'd
say
you
that.
say?
What'd you call me?
Spec.
Great. We got Maxwell's Kitchen canceled. I thought you said something else.
Well, that was the thing in the Dalles. There's only 2 radio stations. There was Q104 and there was
KODL.
KCI.
And KODL.
Oh, is that the
Why
country
102?
station? Yeah.
Don't forget
Nikki
NPR.
Message. Q104. I need a moon job.
That's what was great about his recorder, man. Some of the things that were recorded. that thing.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
recorded
God.
some. We do. When I lived,
ball in the
when
wall.
Shannon was just born, we were living at the Commodores, and we'd stay up late getting stoned and drunk and recording commercials on Jimmy's laptop, dude. And I'm Nikki Lessage, Q104. I need a boob job. And then Jimmy Q104.
Mock radio ads and shit.
It was awesome.
Hilarious.
And then, oh man,
We did all sorts
all
of
kinds of
stupid
cool
shit.
shit.
I still got it all. I listen to it every now and then.
I never
just-
think about
and
these
then
things until we talk.
Pando
It's
had
awesome.
a fucking, it won't work on a cell phone, but it was a microphone that you
Tap.
would put on your phone,
Uh-huh.
like a landline phone.
Yep.
And we pranked his brother that one time.
Oh,
got him
yeah.
going. His brother had a kid, and he was drinking at Cody's house.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they were at the hospital.
Yeah.
So he was relapsing with me. And we go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No.
So basically, Pando called his brother, claiming to be some businessman downtown the Dalles, and his big green trash can hit my car.
yeah, I was like, last night it was about midnight. I
Why
saw
don't we
your
get
big,
together and
your big-
have a pizza
Yeah,
pie?
we need to get together and have a piece of pie and talk about this because your big trash can car smashed into my van last night. It's totaled. And Nick's like, what? It was
He
like
really did hit a
10
car.
o'clock at night. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I know he hit something, but he doesn't know what he hit. He was drunk, and I'm like, fucking, you hit my car, and it's total. Yours is probably nice. Trash can, but we gotta talk about this over a pizza pie. And Nick's just like,
Oh,
dude, and I just, God damn it. I don't know what we do with that recording, but we
I
had it
have it.
going.
I just listened to it with Lucian the other night.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was back in the
and
day
then you
when you
called
could
Candy
actually.
Armstrong, the District 12 school at Super Nintendo.
What'd I say to her?
Some milky teacher and knocked my kid in the head.
Mr. Hooky. Yeah, dude. And
Oh,
see, my
he-
brother was
he-
the king of pranks, and like, so
He passed
for us-
away too.
Who did?
Hucky.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he was old as fuck
Yeah,
when he
he
was
was.
bouncing me off the walls. But yeah, my brother was the king of pranks, so to actually get him on his own game
Oh,
was
yeah.
fucking awesome.
When I first started hanging out with Pando, his brother and his friend come up to my truck when we were in Cody's house, and they like ripped all my fuses out of the box, and they would throw fucking fireworks at you.
Yeah, dude. They drive around throwing. We won't go there, but they throw fireworks in people's cars and shit. You know what I'm talking about.
Dude,
Yeah.
Don't say it.
dude, you could do that. I remember getting blasted with a fire
Don't say
extinguisher by Kyle Davis's brother. I was at the four-way intersection, Cherry Heights and shit, and he's up behind me honking like, "Oh, is that Chris?" Like my window was down. I was
Oh,
giving
dude.
Ryan Loop a
And
ride.
this is when Casey would have fucking hemorrhoids over shit. Remember, like when he had the big white car and it broke down in the
Moby
middle of
Dick.
nowhere. You guys,
Like
I wasn't
Moby
even at there, and he'd break down, and I don't know, you freaked.
Well, yeah, his dad would beat his ass.
Yeah.
Dude, I got here's
Love
the
you, Stevie.
thing. I parked the Plymouth like on by the high school once, and
On
I didn't
Union.
know I had a fucking flat tire, and
Like,
so
went flat when you were in class.
well, yeah, but he didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah.
so I basically told him, yeah, I got a flat parked on the side and shit. And these guys never met my dad, like talked to him or whatever before.
Yeah, dude.
And
We had
shit.
no clue what he was going through.
Yeah, they didn't know
Daddy
because he was
know.
the playground officer
Yeah.
in middle school. You know, come here, bud.
Got some paperwork
I
for
got
you,
a
bud.
bone to pick with you, bud.
Let me get my leather fanny pack and get you a detention.
But I get a flat tire, and I was never shown how to bust out this jack that was in 4 or 5 different fucking pieces and actually change the tire. But he shows up, I'm parked on the hillside, and just fucking lays into me like, why are you parking all dumb and shit? Why would you park on a hillside? And God damn it, why? I swear to God, just fucking mad as fucking hell and shit, dude.
Have a
I'm pretty
flashback.
sure you got fucking schmucked a couple times.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
yeah, hell
fucking
yeah.
slapped. And
Hell
these
yeah.
two were there, you know, and this was like the first time, like we had played in the garage before, but he was, like I said, he was laid out on
I
the
knew
couch
your dad
and
from
shit.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah, but we never saw the rage.
He was, yeah,
Oh.
until that day, and he's
Only
just
giving out
fucking
detentions
fuming,
to us, but not fucking.
but
that.
straight up just fucking ripping me up and down about, oh, you fucking idiot! Like, why would you?
And these
fucking
guys
run-
were standing there watching it?
yeah, witnessing to the whole fucking thing. I'm just
laughing
standing there like,
hysterically.
And we looked at each other and we're like, damn, we know what daddy knows all about now.
Like, son of a bitch. I
Like-
just want to get to Taco Bell, man. What the fuck are you talking about, Steve?
And so instead of
Fix the
showing
tire
me,
for us.
this is what I love because I'm the second son. So I was the one that was supposed to hold the flashlight as he's showing my brother how to do shit. You know, and I guess I was supposed to take fucking notes while that shit's happening.
How do you really feel?
Yeah. But yeah, he wouldn't. We get the tire fixed, blah, blah, blah. And like, don't be a fucking idiot. And then fucking takes off. And I look at these two like, yep, that's it.
And
That's
we're
how
like,
it is.
We're like, God damn. Well, we know what's up now.
Yeah. So,
So do we talk about how he dressed up in his Nazi shit
Oh,
now?
dude.
oh, let's do it. So,
St. Patty's Day.
no, my parents were out of
2004.
town.
3,
my
2.
my parents were out of town and shit. This was before the divorce, of course. But they went out of town, and I'm the only kid left in the house now.
Split too.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Just kidding.
But yeah, parents were out of town, and we had that old PA fucking like header, right? Because we took this thing apart in my fucking living room. We basically pushed the couches out of the way, and we had people over. And I lived down by Mill Creek,
Fucking
right?
Irish
So-
car bomb.
Your brother had a party going on too, I think.
No, he was gone.
No, he was gone.
I thought they
We
were
just
there.
had a bunch of our friends.
Oh,
No,
'cause we
no,
ended up
his
getting on
friends
the
came
roof.
over. His friends
Yeah.
fucking like Bogarted.
Yeah, I
and
think
fucking
I think
came
some of
over.
them were there because I remember Stan getting pissed that we were fucking around with that shit. Anyways, go ahead.
Anyway, so we're getting fucking lit, dude, just straight fucking lit. Irish car bombs, drinking, smoking, whatever. And then as the night progressed, like I think it was you that brought up, like, yeah, doesn't your dad have any like memorabilia and shit? Like
World War II shit.
SS fucking Nazi legitimate fucking
he is a
the real uniforms, dude.
He's a collector. Okay, he's a collector. We got to get that
Collector,
straight.
that's right.
Of World
He's
War II.
not a Nazi. He's
Not
a
a Nazi.
sympathizer.
Fuck up. Just kidding. I'm gonna get in trouble.
I'm joking, Steve. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
He's not a sympathizer.
It's okay. He's in Idaho. He won't make the trip to fucking smack me now. But so we go into one of the bedroom
He's
closets.
still parking on hills.
There's I bark on any fucking hill I fucking want. But so there's Nazi memorabilia in this closet. There's fucking jackets and helmets and fucking like
Everything.
bayonets. They were
Swazis, dude.
fucking big old Nazi flags and shit. And we're just fucking putting the shit on and
We put it
parading
on, dude.
around. We were fucking partying.
We were on the roof at 1 o'clock in the
Yelling.
morning, and the roof is equal to Mount Hood Street. So if you were cruising up Mount Hood Street, you could see us, and we
A
had
bunch of kids in
fucking
Nazi shit.
we had mortar cannons.
we were setting it off, dude.
Just dressed to the nines in fucking Hitler's
Nazi
clothes,
gear
dude.
and shit. Like,
Anyways, that
how-
was a great party.
How did he even get that stuff?
You can
collect.
order it.
He
Yeah.
collected it.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard to get that stuff.
Dude,
No,
that,
like
that
this
guy
fella-
had like every single firearm from World War One
Yeah.
and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And check it out. And during when we were learning about World War II in 8th grade, Steve's like, I could bring all my World War II stuff. So we come into this. I remember coming in this room one day, and it's all of his Nazi shit, and everybody's looking at Kasey like, "Is your dad a Nazi, dude?" Like he said he could bring World War II shit. We didn't know we were gonna walk into Hitler's fucking bunker.
No shit.
I understand it because that shit's pretty fascinating.
It
I
is,
don't
dude.
own any Nazi memorabilia, but
Yeah.
the fact that happened
Neither do
is
I.
pretty crazy.
Well, and he has a shit ton, and I'm sure it's worth buco.
That's the
bucks
thing
now.
is he collected it before the internet, so he
Well, it
was
was still cool.
curating the
Yeah.
shit through word of mouth. Like he was fucking talking to other like collectors and
Yeah.
dealers since he was
He's a
ex
gun dealer and
OSP.
shit,
Like
yeah.
all of his cop friends had military friends and shit, and so
Those are
Yeah.
those are the type of people you don't want to meet or hang out with, though. The ones that are selling Nazi memorabilia, like
Well,
fuck
you
those
need to
guys,
collect. You
dude.
need to collect that stuff so you could pass that shit down to your kids, saying this is how fucked up it was in this
Yeah.
time
Well, as a-
period, and
yeah,
we don't
dude,
want to
yeah.
repeat these
well
mistakes.
as
No,
a
absolutely.
kid, he would of course he had to have me after school, and I was. Fuck, I just remember sitting in that
You were
fucking
in
car
so
so
much
many
trouble.
times. Always in trouble. But I would go to these people's houses that he would deal guns to and shit. And, trading, there was one guy, Jim Meisner. He was a Native American who lived up by Cirrhosis Park, and met him.
What
Dude.
was his address?
505.
There's not that many houses by cirrhosis. We find it.
Dude, he's passed away too, so
Okay,
it's all
okay.
right. So we went to
Rest
his
in
house,
peace.
and his whole upper part of his house, we're talking bigger than this studio, wall to wall fucking guns. I am not
Yeah.
exaggerating, like guns and bayonets and samurai swords and fucking he had Japanese, German, all sorts of shit, right?
Mhm.
And this is a guy that he actually invited us to be a part of one of those eagle ceremonies where they take a bald eagle and they're supposed to strip the feathers, and it's a
They
whole,
can
it's
do
a whole
that?
big fucking
Native Americans.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
up in his fucking attic space of his house, and there's a dead fucking bald eagle there, like fucking wingspan 7 feet wide and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could.
Not
I
many.
know white or people can't do that, but
We weren't
Native
supposed to
Americans-
touch it, but we were like
That's cool.
being able to see this shit. So
Yeah, but why do they take all the feathers off? What does that do?
it's part of the ceremony where they take the feathers off
You
and
eat
they
them and
do-
it gives you powers. Don't you know?
Oh, okay.
Every
I get it.
eagle feather you eat, you get 10 more seconds of
Jesus
life.
Christ.
See, I can look back now and look at those situations like, cool, man.
I
I
ate
was a part
15
of
feathers that day.
Well, of course he's pissed off because he has to drag me because, of course, I can't be trusted at the house alone as fucking, you know.
If I could see a
Did he-
bald eagle dead, I'd go too, man. Just
Did
oh, fuck
he?
yeah.
Did your dad ever find out you guys blew mortars off the roof and wore all the shit?
Unless Stan
No.
told him, I think until he watches this,
He's gonna
he'd
find
never
out
know.
now.
No, half the shit that we did at the house, like, dude, I remember getting fucking ripped like all the time. And my bedroom was below my parents' bedroom. So imagine.
So you always got to hear him. Fuck.
Yeah, imagine the fucking trauma. But I don't.
Made you the man you are today.
No,
buddy.
the one time he caught me doing anything wrong, I had John McMahon over. The one time, because I would always crash at John's house, but the one and only time that John actually came to my house, like we're downstairs playing fucking video games and shit. We go outside and we get fucking stoned, right? Fucking ripped. And we smoke a cigarette. And of course, we're stupid fucking kids. We don't realize, oh, people that don't smoke can
They're gonna
smell that
smell
shit
that
from a
shit.
mile away.
Yeah.
So we come inside and we're playing fucking video games and everything. And I hear my dad at the top of the stairs, like, hey, I want you both up here right now. Like, shit. So we walk upstairs, stoned as fuck, right? And we go into the spare bedroom, makes us both sit on the bed, like, so, what have we been doing? Just playing video games. No, what have we been doing? Like, playing. Are you just gonna admit it or what?
Okay, I ate 4 fucking bald eagle
No, I was-
feathers. Jesus, Dad, it's only 40 more seconds of life. I got to deal with you, motherfucker.
Looking at John like he's about to check it out, but I was this close to admitting we got fucking stoned. He's like, so I can smell the cigarettes?
Oh, yeah, we're smoking cigarettes, Dad. Yep.
That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. Where'd you get them? Oh,
Learned it from watching you.
I learned it from watching you, Dad. No, but
Who taught you the can,
he
Casey?
didn't make John go home, but he's like, all right, so for the rest of the night, I want to hear that downstairs door open or close.
Fine,
I'm not gonna
my bedroom.
I'm not gonna tell your parents, John, but just know that
I got my
I'm
fanny
pissed.
pack and I'm watching you.
I got it strapped and ready to go. But no,
Moral
That
of
was the
story
one and only
is
time.
Steve was a hard ass on
and
Casey.
John was actually the guy that I was supposed to start a band with because Dan McMahon,
Yeah.
piano tuner extraordinaire.
Yeah,
in the
Dan's a
Dalles.
musician, yeah.
Yeah, but John doesn't play anything, does
No,
he?
that's the thing was we had when I stayed over at his
None of the
house,
kids
Skin
do.
harp, skin trumpet,
When-
and
when I would
smokes
go and
Marbreds.
when I would go and crash and sleep over at his house and shit, the guitar and the bass were down there. I'm like, John, let's fucking like jam, dude, and do some. Fucking no, man. Fucking.
It's so weird. His dad is a fucking musician and shit. And I don't think John ever had any.
Yeah,
any
dude, that
wanting
happens a
to.
lot though. Like you have kids
You
and then
grow
you're
up
like, I'm
around
gonna
it.
teach them
Well,
how
like
to.
Pando. His kid's a baseball star.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do the opposite of what you
Yeah,
kind of want them to
Shannon's
do.
kind of into playing now. I mean, I got him the guitar and shit, and he's taking guitar at school, and I guess he has some desire to do it, but yeah, he's fucking into baseball.
Well,
and
I
shit.
did it because my parents were totally fucking against it.
That's true too. I think a lot
Yeah.
of kids
Like
are
I was
Yeah.
the rebel. I don't want to fucking,
See, and then we'll get to let's get to Jimmy's basement because that's like a huge
that
part
is
of Happy
fucking
Gnome
quintessential.
culture and our.
Let's go.
Fucking garage door, dude. It weighed like 90 pounds. And
Dude, it almost killed people, dude. Like that
Yeah.
motherfucking thing. Like it.
there was no spring
Fucking
on it.
death
You know,
trap.
And it's
normally
like
the
one,
garage door
two,
has that
three,
spring.
drop it, boom.
You had two people to get it up.
We were
as
always
soon as
gonna
you got
fix
it
it,
up,
of
you got to
course.
take a piece of wood and wedge it between the fucking.
Yeah, so it wouldn't
this-
slip down.
Why didn't you just go through the back door or something?
No, you had to go upstairs
We
and then
were
downstairs,
stoned
right?
and eating fucking double cheese.
Well,
You had to go through the front
Wendy's.
door and then down the stairs and then to
Tomato
the,
races.
the room in.
Dude, double stacks from Wendy's is what I lived on. I think. Dude.
We'd all have
man.
the tomato races. We'd fucking be inside Wendy's and we'd all throw our
Assholes.
tomatoes on the window at the same time and see whose tomato hit the ground first.
Can you imagine being those? I mean, fucking now that we're adults, dude, those workers are sitting there like,
Fuck my life.
Half of them are just like in
Pondo's
high
on the
school,
floor having a seizure, fucking knocking
filming
over
the
all
shit. We didn't have cell phones, so remember I had that.
We had the video
that
camera.
video camera that I always brought around. I wish I had those videos.
That's what we recorded our first music video on, right?
That's right. Casey naked running from cirrhosis.
Teenage Youth. Oh, we're supposed to watch that last night. I have it in my house.
Yeah. Hey, I had
It's on
shoes.
YouTube, isn't it?
I wasn't
I
fully
think
naked.
so.
I had shoes and socks on. Okay.
But we put it on channel after channel 1. They
You
played
give it to him and fucking put that shit on.
Yeah,
dude.
I have
You can
it
make
on
it the intro.
I have it
There you
on
go.
VHS, so I don't know
I
how
come
you
jumping
can.
out of Pondo's Toyota Corolla,
In a full
Betsy
dress.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah,
with
in a
fucking
full
big old
dress.
tits.
yeah.
Girlfriend was
tranny
in the
back when
trunk.
trannies were cool.
Yeah, dude, you were.
Hey, we did have a
Still are
storyline.
cool.
That was awesome. We had a storyline to
We
that
did.
music video.
We did. We were fucking. It was ET's. Remember, it was he was in a. They had like a project in his art photography class that he had to do a music video, and he picked us to do the music video.
Right,
for him.
yeah.
He did a
Yeah.
pretty good job for what we had back then.
They played it through the school, and in one scene, we're at the skate park, and everybody has a porno mag sitting on top of the fucking ramps, and Chris Kessel's got a bong taking bong hits, and they played it in
They
front
played
of the whole
it,
school.
and they played Casey running naked. I think we got suspended for that or something. I think we got some sort of
Whoa,
reprimand.
whoa, whoa,
for
whoa,
that.
whoa. Why would they play 3 guys in a grade who made a video for the whole fucking school?
Because it was a project for.
and during homeroom.
was a
they would,
project.
You remember Channel 1, right?
no,
During high
I
school?
think he was gone.
No,
that was our
they had
senior
Channel
year.
1.
No, we had Channel 1.
They had Channel 1.
But they played your fucking
After Channel 1, they had Channel 1, and then they fucking
How
played
did
our
you
music
make-
video.
How did you make that happen?
Ryan had, I don't know, it was a project he had to do for his junior
Yeah.
year, and he talked, obviously they didn't fucking watch it before.
Yeah, there was no
obviously.
like pre-editing or
Well,
pre-viewing of
the
anything.
clip was so quick, you didn't have enough time to see what everybody
We knew
was
what was
doing up
happening.
there.
Yeah, we knew what
But
was
you
in there.
definitely saw Casey's furry ass fucking running around Cirrhosis Park.
Hey, it wasn't furry. It was just fuzzy at this point.
It was Furby,
Well,
You were
shit.
Furby.
Yeah, I was.
Blueberry Furby.
and that was
Right.
when you were fit, Casey, too, at that
Shit,
point.
I was
Looking
cut.
good.
I was cut.
He was cut.
Thank you, weight class.
He had a six-pack.
He was on the
rapper.
he was on the football team.
Oh shit.
The foosball.
Well,
Right,
I
that
didn't
foosball.
want to. The deal was either I had to do sports and I would get an
Actually,
allowance
yeah.
and my car insurance paid for
And
and,
your dad
gas,
was
or I
part
had
of
to
the-
get a job.
Yeah. And you did have a job with us, but you just ate maraschino cherries and took whippets in the fucking walk-in.
Me and Pod would be cooking at Burgerville, open up to grab a piece
we
of
all
meat,
worked
and
at
there's
Burgerville.
Casey.
What's that? Where's Casey? We open the thing. He's just fucking.
If he wasn't eating
Lips are all-
maraschino cherries, he was taking whippets from
Lips
the
are all
helium
blue from the
tank,
helium. Fucking.
falling in the deep fryer.
I'm like on my headset. I'm like, I think Casey's dead in the walk-in.
Yeah,
I
where's
thought-
the guy that takes orders? Oh, he's in the back.
What?
I thought about that before you guys came down. You all worked at Burgerville at the same time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
For a quick minute, Casey was there for a couple months, maybe a year.
Nah, it was a
Maybe
couple
not yet.
months.
Brandon quit baseball and got a job with me there.
Yeah.
And you were there for what, a year, right? You were on the grill with me.
Longer than that. Took lunch one day and never came back.
That's how
Hey.
you quit?
Yeah.
Twice. I did that twice, dude. I got a job
I
when we
had to
first
give
moved to
excuses
Portland
for
at
both.
Burgerville.
I had to give excuses for both of these guys about it. 'Cause
Dude,
I was
You
there
were the
for-
responsible one?
I was
He
there
wa-
for like 2.5 years.
Dude, when I first started working there, Pondo was a fucking dick when he worked. He was so serious. Everything is serious. And I'm
gotta
like,
make sure
dude,
that you
fuck
follow the
you.
criteria.
We're
He wa-
making this fun.
Yeah, he's all fucking around, and I'm like, dude, I got to close tonight. You got to get on fucking pre-close, Brandon. And you're like, you're a fucking asshole when you're at work. And I was. That's the only thing I was good at in life was flipping burgers, goddammit.
My
Dude, but-
walkout was epic though. I remember my walkout.
We would close though, and then
Yours
fucking
was.
the manager would walk over to fucking Chevron and buy us 40s.
Buy us beers.
We'd drink 40s and
Why we're closing. Like she'd go over there at like 9 o'clock. She's like, okay, guys. And she'd have this talk with us. Like she'd have talk with me. She's like, you can put them in the cooler. And I don't care. You can have some whatever at 9 to 10, but just, it's like, yeah, don't get drunk. Okay, yeah. Irma, I'm
Mhm.
down, dude. I'm
So-
going to do this.
she works with my wife now, and I'm like, remember when you used to buy? I never did that.
Yeah, she,
Nope.
Nope.
Never
prove
did
it.
that.
Can't prove it.
But yeah, that was cool. That was another fucking, but back to, I wanted to talk about your house.
I was
when
gonna say
when
we
I got that-
segued off to
Yes,
a
we
whole.
did.
It's all right. We're all over the place. Well, when's the last time we talked about all this shit?
Oh,
Never?
dude.
We didn't even talk about it last night, really. We just
No,
ate
I
burritos
didn't.
and Casey got a killer deal.
This
I did.
fucking 3-4 year span felt like a whole lifetime.
It did. It really did. Because now you look at 3 or 4 years of your life, it goes so fucking quick. We all have kids. You know, so half of us are married, or we're in relationships.
2/3 of you.
Or we're in multiple relationships. And fucking
ass.
and life just happens, you get busy living. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was looking at Shan. Actually, this morning, Jimmy, he's like, God damn, yeah. He's talking to his cousin. Nicole's cooking breakfast for us. And he's like, and your baby's almost or Shannon's like, yeah, I'm 17. Yeah, your baby's almost 18. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening, dude?
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm 18 50% of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing.
Mentally.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is a good thing. But yeah.
Physically, we're all waking up fucking hard and shit.
Physically, I'm fucking. Speaking of which, you got to.
Where's my Ben Gay?
Jimmy's basement's where Pando first kissed his wife.
Where? Oh, in your basement?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were all secretive about it. Like,
well, we were jamming because we jammed in multiple different spots at Brand's house. We jammed in his garage, and then we had like the middle.
We jammed
section.
On the deck. I remember
we jammed everywhere at my house.
We jammed in the middle section for a long time. That was our jam spot. And then I had my drums in your room, and we like crammed in there.
Yeah.
And it was when we were jamming in your room, everybody went out to smoke or do whatever, and me and Nicole were getting all fresh and shit. And we started making out, and your fucking mom comes walking down the stairs and kicks in, and I fucking fly up and act like I'm fucking with my drums. And I'm just like I don't want her thinking I'm down there banging her niece, which I was trying to. Sorry, Kathy.
Well, and we got kicked out of my garage at my parents' house, and that's why we had to go.
Right. Yep.
Because we got kicked the fuck out.
My parents were cool. They were like, fucking.
Yeah, they were down.
Do it.
His dad was down as fuck. They were all cool with the band shit.
My mom was always kind of weird, but she went with it.
No, she did. They came to our shows. They were always supportive. He was talking to his dad last night on the phone, and he was just like, how do I figure out the interwebs to make sure I can see your guys' podcast? And we're like, we'll get it to you, Dave.
You'll get it.
We all had to reassure him. He's like talking to Shannon, and he's talking to Jimmy, and he's like, how am I going to do the podcast? It's like, it doesn't happen right away. You'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll make sure we send you a link.
Yeah.
Which I'll get tagged and I'll post it. But that was a funny fucking thing is that your parents were totally supportive. Your dad was like 100% supportive on this shit. I think my mom went to the Civic show, and that was it.
I think your dad came to a show. I think I remember seeing Steve at one. I think we needed our parents to be there at one of our first shows. We needed like
parental,
fucking, and I think
your dad and not my parents were there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm pretty sure Steve came to that one. I think I remember him because I had to like do a bunch of shit for that show. Like I was kind of in charge of it.
Yeah.
At 16, it was weird.
I dragged him away from his lazy
but
boy.
I think he fucking came.
The audacity.
It was cool though, man. I would totally. I've thought about it. Like if I could do one thing different, maybe I would have liked to like take a year or something, and we could have just like got a van and like went and played.
Well, we rented a heavy bus.
I fucked it all up because I took off on that boat forever.
But that was cool as shit, was it not? That was a great experience.
Yeah.
We moved to Portland. You came down all the time. You didn't live with us at the time, but we lived in Portland. We made some
You guys
music.
came down, and that was when I had the house on by Allen's Market,
and
I had the basement.
Right. And we had we jammed in your basement too.
Well, there was the house that you, me, and Coral lived in before you went on the boat, and that's where I remember us in the basement.
Oh, dude, I was frying balls on mushrooms.
Yeah, and I thought you were the devel because we had the red light.
You were the fucking. You were the devil's sidekick. Pondo was the fucking devil.
No.
And then I was like, man, I don't know if I have to shit, piss, or puke. I went upstairs, started taking a shit, and my leg hairs were going. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then I had to wipe, and it was like.
He almost went back to front.
Never-ending vaginas. He had a never-ending ass.
He had a never-ending asshole.
That crack kept going and going.
Little did he know he's like fucking smearing his shit all up his back.
He's spreading the peanut butter.
He thinks he has a big ass and he's just spreading it all over.
But that's the thing is we always had a basement. Like me, Brandon, and Coral lived at a place. Then you went on the boat. Me, Coral moved to the house by Allen's Market where Britton moved in. We had that basement. And then you guys were living in Portland.
We didn't ever jam down there though, did we?
Yeah. We had shit shut up, dude.
I think I only went to that house once
at Allen's?
or twice. Yeah.
The house by
there
Allen's.
was a creepy basement. We put everything down. It was a dirt floor basement, I remember.
Well, no, it had like sections of cement. There was the basement, and then there was the cellar that was off of it. That was shit that Coral. There's the fucking ghost down
Roxy
there.
Oh, she still claims that
Roxy
shit.
wouldn't go down in the basement.
Ghost.
There was an entity living down there.
My
I
dog.
Roxy, her dog, his dog
Not
wouldn't go
confused
downstairs
with some chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a girl we hung out with. It was named Roxy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were
but
talking about.
No, we're talking about, but this is the dog that, and she wouldn't go downstairs.
Yeah, she would be at the top and
Okay, but what are we talking about your garage for? You guys made it sound like that was really important.
well, he made it sound like it
Oh,
was.
well,
It
there's
was.
when I
Well, it was,
I was
'cause
going to talk about
That's
Bako
what we did. We'd get out of school and fucking
Go right to
walk
Jimmy's.
straight to my house.
Yeah.
You guys-
We
you guys-
raced to his house, dude. Like
Mhm.
that was, we're
You
going to
guys practiced every day.
Yeah. pretty
Yeah?
much.
Practically every
all-
fucking
If he didn't
day.
have
played.
football practice or Jimmy wasn't doing baseball, because he shortly after, and it's not because we started the band that he quit baseball. I want to make that clear.
No, it was. I needed a fucking job so I could buy some
Okay.
music shit.
Yeah.
But we would.
And my dad always said, "You're either going to play baseball or get a job."
Just
Right.
like my dad, you're either going to do a sport or you're
But
going to
we
make
would-
your own.
and my parents didn't give a fuck. So I was just like, do something.
We don't want to hang out with you. Figure it out.
You're not
Do
going to hit
something.
threes. You're not going to hit home runs. You can't. You're not athletic at all. Little did they know my son was going to be completely athletic later on.
You're really good at drinking beers.
Yeah, you can fucking shotgun beers because I know you stole my Tecate. My dad would get all drunk and be like, "God damn it, you stole my Tecate last night." And I'd be like, "No, I fucking didn't." He'd be like, "How many did I drink last night?" And I'm like, "You fucking know I took those. They're in my underwear drawer right now, Eloy."
Why would I drink that beer? It tastes terrible.
But anyway, we would jam every day, Maxwell, or as much as we could, we would jam. And we would bring, like, we would think, at least I thought we were really cool, and your little sister had all of her little friends there and shit. And we were like, ooh, they're going to think we're so cool. We're Happy Gnome.
We're
And
a band.
They'd be up there, like, whatever. Like, Jimmy's house was like the hangout. He had younger siblings. They had their friends. We were fucking kicking it all
Well,
the
he
time.
still has younger siblings.
Well,
you
yeah.
know, they're still alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
Still kick.
But
Still with us.
Bako and Kathy didn't give a fuck. I mean, they probably did it to a certain point, but his dad hit my tattoo when it
Oh.
first got freshly done. And,
Pando got a prison tattoo from his brother.
Yeah. And I'm walking up the stairs. He's like, "That ain't real." Boom.
Slap
He still
the
got some
butt.
marks.
Yeah,
Baco's fingerprints are forever imprinted.
Serious?
Look at that
See
shit.
how I got all infected right here? That's because he hit it.
I didn't know.
That's
Nick-
what we
Nick
call the
gave that to you?
smack and
He gave me
smear.
that. He gave me that. He gave. Oh no, DJ did that. He gave me It said Pandex.
So progressive.
But yeah, he fucking had a gun for a while that he made, and yeah.
That's why I'm happy I didn't get all the tattoos
I was just
that I
canvas.
wanted to get when I was younger. I had all these ideas to get tattoos. And yeah, I'm so glad I didn't get half the shit that I wanted. I would at least had 2 or 3 pot
There's
leaves
very
on me.
few of them that I'm proud of.
They're only forever.
Like
It's
that
no
That
big
was
deal.
supposed to be a scratch and sniff.
Devil's onion ring.
The
No, I
devil's
thought that
onion
was.
ring.
I thought that was on your leg.
No, he
See,
wanted.
Then
he
you could
wanted
fart.
a fucking a dog turd on his back. You could scratch.
No,
and
I think Maxwell got it right.
No,
I think I
it was
gonna
like it was on his leg. So then you would go, yeah, and he'd fart and you'd smell it.
like his mom.
you can tell the
His,
story.
his mom one day she come down from Pendleton and she's staying in the hotel out by the dam and she's all, "Hey Brandon, I got a tattoo."
We're all getting drunk and
yeah,
shit.
we're drunk. I got a tattoo of a mouse on my ass. You want to see it? And I'm like, okay. She fucking pulls down her pants and I'm looking. I'm like, there's no mouse. And she goes, "Oh, my pussy must have eaten it."
That's my mom. He told this story last night when we were waiting to get a table at the margarita factory, and Shannon's like, that was grandma? I'm like, that was your grandma? And he's like, that's where you get it. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I got it from my dad. Yep.
Yeah, my $4 meal at the margarita factory.
We could tell that story too about 5150 and when we recorded. He asked us if we ever had a recording. Our first real
ever
recording.
demo.
So
Our
that
first
big
demo.
show we did at the Civic, we made like fucking $1,200.
Yeah.
We're making your job
Everything
easy,
was-
aren't we, Maxwell?
Yeah,
We're
he
just
hasn't
fucking-
had to say shit.
You guys, yeah, just tell the stories, dude.
All right.
So we made so much money that first show because we had everything paid for,
Yeah.
outright before it even
We were
happened.
ahead $400 before
Yeah.
the show
Fucking
even
A.
Because
started.
all the sponsors, and then we had like 300 people show up.
So I know
for
we
the
had,
Dalles, that's huge.
after paying the
Fucking A.
bands, we had like $800.
Yeah.
300 people at the
Yeah.
Civic.
Yeah,
we
it
actually
was-
gave
yeah,
the other
huge.
bands
They were-
cash.
they were
we
crowd
paid them.
surfing and shit,
like,
dude.
That's
dude,
fucking crazy.
that was fucking
So we
was
were
sad.
able to go. His dad hooked us up with what studio?
Clarence
Clarence
Steele.
Steele,
Clarence
man.
Steele.
And your
yeah.
brother went
Name
with us.
drop.
Yeah,
Callahan
Callahan was
went
with
with
us.
us, and we all went down, stayed at his mom's house, and then met his dad in Walla Walla the next day.
Yeah, my mom was dating this fucking douchebag at the time.
Rod.
Fuck, dude, he
Taught
was,
us how to play.
he was high as shit on something.
Yeah, and he taught us how to play dice, and we fucking. Anyways, go.
Casey had an amazing dice roll.
My first ever time rolling in this fucking game.
How the fuck do you remember that?
Because-
Casey had the best dice
because
roll
listen,
ever.
his
Because this
amplifier-
guy,
This was the first time I ever played this game after he
we
explained
had
the
no
rules.
fucking clue what was going on, but this guy was counting.
Yeah, so I'm rolling. He's like, oh, that's 1,000. Oh, keep going.
Have you ever
So-
played 10,000 on dice?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
5150! You got 5150!
This guy, I've never seen
And your
anybody
brother's
roll
always 21 gigawatts!
This guy's out of his fucking mind and going up on Casey about 51.
No, you don't understand, man. Do you know what this means? Like, I don't fucking know. What? What did I do? Like, no, man, that's your first roll ever? You got 5150. I've
like-
never seen that before.
I'm like, you got a real winner here, Mom. What the fuck, dude?
And then we started saying we smoked mushrooms, and he
No,
fucking lost
you told
his
him
shit.
that you put mushrooms in his cigarette.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
was?
and I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. He smacks it out of my mouth, and I kick his ass.
But he starts freaking out like, no, man. No, you didn't. You didn't do that.
He's
no,
this skinny
no.
fucking crackhead dude that you just look at and you're like, I can snap you. I'm fucking 16 years old and I can snap you.
I'm maybe 150 pounds.
Like,
soaking wet
imagine,
this time, and I
imagine
fucking
a
put him over
crackhead.
my shoulders and threw him out of my mom's house.
Well, he was like a crackhead version of Ronald McDonald with a mustache because he was pale as shit. Like circus clown motherfucker,
he's
dude.
dead.
I'm not even fucking joking. Just fucking poofo, fucking like half afro, fucking bald
Ask
head
your
type
brother
shit.
about it. He knows
yeah,
all about
he was
it.
there
dude.
for the whole show.
For the whole
And-
fucking
and-
shit.
5150.
And think about it, Maxwell. The next day, we got to go record our album, or we did a 3 or 4 song.
Five. We did
Song-
Death, Antihero, Among the Faceless,
Teenage Youth.
Teenage Youth, and
5 Minute Man.
5 Minute Man.
Yeah, I think there was one more. wasn't there?
Get
The
up.
hidden track. Get up.
Get up.
Yeah, get up.
So we had to
6.
go meet this guy the next day, and we had to record. So we had like, it was cool though. I mean, we're fucking 16. We're not hungover at all.
We fucking natted Casey's ass.
I knew that was gonna come up. God damn it!
nared it.
Nared it. It was
No,
nared.
his mom had the shit.
Whatever, it
and
was a
she's like,
fucking wax strip.
she was like, oh yeah, I got this hair removal because she saw my ass.
Because
I
we
can't
told him how
remember.
hairy his ass is. And
Yeah.
my mom, dude, God
She
rest her
wanted to
soul,
see it.
Cool.
She was cool as fuck. And she just, at this point in her life, dude, it was just like, whatever, dude. She didn't give a fuck. So we were like doing whatever we want to do. And then anything we could be. She kind of reminds me of Diane, like Mama Fargdock.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
The
How,
Fargs.
how she's just cool as shit, you know? Like,
Mhm.
you can say whatever. And so, go ahead, yeah.
And yeah, so I hear you have a hairy ass. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of fuzzy. Like,
yeah,
let me
Mom,
see.
my friend has a
So-
hairy ass.
So I, pull a cheek down, like, oh my god, I got some shit that'll fix that. It's in my bathroom. Like, oh
Like,
really?
Let's do it.
So yeah, there was this whole build up, and of course I couldn't say no.
No, hell
So,
no. We were going to let you.
So I'm laying face down. Maybe that's how you got laid.
Maybe that's how we fucking-
So I was laying
That
face
makes sense.
down
Laying
on
face down, yeah.
in her bedroom with my butt cheeks all exposed and shit. And first they put it on with like a tongue depressor or something. So they put the smear on, and as soon as they put the shit on, I knew I was fucked. I knew.
Well, you're supposed to heat it up, and I think we just
Put it
took
on
right out of
dry.
the jar. And
It's
Yeah.
like the heaviest glue like you'd ever fucking.
I've done it before. It fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
we're
we're
talking like a strip this fucking long and about that fucking wide. And so I don't know who pulled the strip, but I just remember them
think
really
it's Jimmy.
just pushing that shit in, right?
Jimmy's like,
And
I got this. 51.
All right, we're gonna count to 3. 1, 2, fucking rip it like, oh my god.
That's all he could
Blood.
There was blood.
There's little blood or spores all over his ass, dude. It was
It's like, all
awesome.
right, next strip. Like, no, get off me. I was done.
It's like Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
yeah.
Suck a dick, God Kelly Clarkson.
Motherfucking son of a bitch. I was kicking the floor because it fucking hurt so
awesome.
bad. And then somebody stopped my legs from doing that. Like,
God, I
dude, there's
forgot
neighbors
that
downstairs.
shit. Yep. I don't think that was the only time that we nared your ass, though.
No,
I
it
feel like
was.
there was multiple times we did that.
I think I shaved
We
one
did
cheek
no.
for
We
a show.
remember I did. You did a Christmas tree, shaved your pubes, and I did sideburns.
Yeah.
And he did it before, so he knew about like razor burn. I had no fucking clue. So I shaved it, and then I like actually shaved it with a razor. And dude, I'm at school fucking just like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, Kasey, dude. He's like, no, you gotta fucking, like he had it down. He knew what to do. I had no clue.
I was experienced.
I just laughed. I was like, you guys are idiots.
Red Dog?
Red Dog.
Sponsored by Red Dog.
Want a sip?
So you guys only did one strip on your ass, and that was it.
I was done.
He was done.
Fuck that. I was done.
I mean, that shit hurts. I guess I've never done
Dude,
it.
there was blood. There was little fucking blood
We
spots.
did do
and shit.
TINS units though. When my mom passed and we got her TINS unit, remember we used to fuck with that thing. I put it on my forehead.
He put it on his balls, and that's how Shannon was born.
No, I
fucking supercharged his sperm.
No, I zapped myself
His
with
sperm stopped swimming in circles that
and
night.
it shot straight out my dick.
See, it was Jackass shit before Jackass was around. Like, fuck.
Yep. We really should have recorded a lot more of this shit, but they're in there. They're
But we
stuck in
have
there.
to. The one thing after the demo was fucking awesome because then we actually had something to sell.
Right.
Like when we had our shows and shit,
Yeah.
right? So we would have like handful of shows here and there, right? And
we
we
had
would actually
CDs.
had CDs.
And people bought CDs.
And your
'cause they had
dad
CD
set up the
players.
fucking photo shoot at Wham's.
Oh,
James
Wom's
dad.
photography.
Was it his dad?
So
or some
Kasey,
shit?
they put the gnome up. Kasey was sitting on top of the gnome,
We should
right?
have brought this fucking shit.
Dude,
God, I forgot. I have
And then
some
me
of
and
the
Pando were
demos.
on the sides going like,
I know what
You've
you're
seen
talking
it.
about. Yeah,
You've seen it.
No, we need that for.
My dad
I
has
have
it.
the CD case at home.
Okay.
My dad
Yeah.
has all that shit.
I have
when
some
we put it up,
demos.
we'll put all that stuff.
Yeah.
See right here, you're seeing it. Like, it's
Look
cool.
right here.
So no, yeah, we had that. So I remember the night before we got together and we were talking about. I remember this that we were talking about the photo shoot and we're like, well, we probably should wear something similar. And we're like, okay, like, well, why don't we just all wear black shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so I wear a black beanie. I had a black shirt. Kasey had a black shirt.
No, he had a blue shirt.
No,
I had black.
Kasey had a black shirt.
Yeah.
You show up with a black shirt with red with
A
the
red
undershirt,
undershirt.
and it had a bunch of writing like I may not have money, I may not have food, but I'm in a band. And we're like, Jimmy, straight black. And then like I think we got in an argument because I remember in the one that we have on our CD, Kasey's in the front, I'm in the back, and Jimmy's like,
Looking all hard.
no, he's just like fucking dipshits. Like we just had an argument about this.
Yep.
Like that was the arguments we had back then. Like, dude, we were supposed to wear all black, and Kasey's like, I got the memo.
I remember whenever anybody was late, like I was a fucking miser sometimes. It was like,
Kasey was, man. He'd get irritated, or if we didn't tell him people were coming to our practice, like.
what
It's
the
a-
fuck are people here,
This
man?
is
This
a
is supposed to
closed
be about
practice,
us.
dude. We're writing and shit. And I'm like,
Why are fucking people here?
I'm like, Jason wanted to come, or fucking this chick wanted to come, like, and he's just like, he get mad. Remember, he'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
close practice, and then he wasn't afraid to make the awkward fucking. He's like, fine, they're gonna be here. Fuck, they're not supposed to be here.
I think-
let me tune, and we're like, and then people be like, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I made it
fuck we're
awkward.
fine.
I really
almost-
made it awkward.
Almost all of our songs were written on acoustic.
Yeah,
and
to start.
then we fucking brought Pando in and put it all together
Yeah,
with the
'cause
electric.
I would come up with a guitar riff or some of the songs I fucked around with and then brought it to Brandon and then we would kind of get something, going. A lot of our songs, like what we played today, it was, simple, put together songs.
Right.
But then like
Nothing hard.
I would
chord
come to
progressions.
Jimmy and he would, I'm gonna bring out Jimmy, but he would bring a bass riff to it or play along with me. And what's awesome is though, as we progressed as a band, it was like I would have a riff. He would bring his own fucking riff, and then we would bring it to Pando, and then Pando would just put in a crazy beat, and we would argue, we would collaborate, we would agree.
Try to put
the
harmonies
pauses
together and like I'd screaming shit that I would put on the like that came into like we had to do
because
vocal
I can't
shit.
hit that note. I can't hit those fucking high notes, and he can. Like Daddy No, like I can't fucking hit that note. God damn it, or Death.
or
Well, the best is Kasey and I came up with our own language where he'd be like, no, motherfucker, it's supposed to be.
It's like, no, dude.
Jimmy's like, I got it.
No. When you go dot 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 dot, I'm supposed to go d d d d d d d d. All right,
And I'm sitting back there like,
or
I get it. I get it.
you got to go
dig this.
bwom 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 bwom. Wait, no, it's bwom bwom bwom.
Yeah. I think I've always been in bands where we never talked about like chords. or like time signatures or anything, it's always like, remember it was like the bomb part. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
And when I was in LFD, it was like that with me and Jason. We'd just talk, boom, chap, oh yeah, but
you gotta go with the
guys, it was the
bomb.
same way. It was never like it was A, B, whatever. It was just like, dude.
No, we had
man.
numbers. I know we had numbers, but it's like, no, dude, you go
We did the
6,
tab thing.
4 on the 5, and then
Yeah.
you go up to the 8. All right, 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8.
Anytime we started taking it too serious, where we thought we had to get more serious about it, I think we just realized that's stupid. Let's just have fun. Fuck this.
Yeah,
It's too dumb. I don't want to be serious. Or when we did the little press that we would get, like when we had to do
The newspaper.
the newspaper, and they were asking us like they were like serious. It was supposed to be a serious thing, and my dad was getting us interviews for.
We took pictures outside an old whorehouse.
Yep.
Is like the bands, up and coming bands of the gorge, and they're asking us questions like, well, what is your genre and what do you class? Man, we don't classify ourselves.
We're
as
outside the
anything.
box, man.
We don't really, and really, we're just
Well, they
simple
needed
rock and roll.
something, so
yeah.
we said alternative metal.
Yeah.
So
And then my dad would say something like stupid, like, I love you, Dad. But he'd be like, it's like pop punk, kind of punky pops. And we were like, no,
fresh
dude.
pop punk coming to the gorge.
You don't understand.
It's like Hanson meets Blink 182 meets like DC Talk. It's like, no, dude.
Dude, I love Teenage Youth. That was like the first like.
Well, that's
big
what he was trying to
song.
sell
That's
us.
what he
dude.
wanted.
That was like
He took that to California and was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
Like, well, I still have a copy of that fucking record deal that we have. It was Maelstrom or something.
I don't
It was like
remember.
Maelstrom was like, yeah, man, look this over.
And we were all like,
would have been
"Fuck
totally
you."
fucked on that deal because basically we would have to pay for all our shit. We'd have
Yeah.
to pay for our
whoa,
this and that.
whoa, though. You had an actual deal that somebody gave you?
It was more like one of those. It was like hiring a PR firm, to do our press for us, or like you kind of pay for the representation, but you don't get anything for it,
Yeah.
and they own you.
Yeah,
So-
you would sign your fucking ass away, and basically, if you got famous, they would cash in on it. But if nothing happened, fuck it. You know?
A lot of those deals, they gave you advances that you had to pay back.
probably.
They'd give you $500,000.
I
But if
bet-
you didn't sell enough records to pay
Correct.
it back,
Then we're in debt.
You're in debt $500,000.
It's like getting a big credit line as a band.
Yeah.
And
No, it
I
was like a
definitely
reverse
had
effect.
no clue about that. And at the point in time, I don't think any of us had maybe my dad had more of a savvy mind for something like that, but I
There
sure
was
the fuck.
a record label name though. What the hell was it?
I remember,
Casey said
like
something. I don't remember.
Maelstrom. It was like Maelstrom,
That doesn't
MALE.
sound right though.
I remember kind of what you guys are talking about now, but honestly, I'm really
I
foggy
have
on
a
it.
Yeah, well,
copy on
they
a
wanted
file
us to write
somewhere.
more songs like Teenage Youth,
Yeah,
and we were
yeah.
all like,
Well, because
Yeah.
we like
That's
teenage
not
youth,
what we
like
wanna
Casey
do.
said, we liked teenage youth and shit, but that was like
That
it
was our
just-
slow song.
It was
That was like the
sing-alongs.
first song that had like different parts and it actually had
Harmonies.
different rhythms
Yeah.
and everything. And it was
but
like,
It was just about
You
us
know?
getting drunk.
No
and
matter what
smoking
fucking
weed.
song you write, when you have like some PR person being like, yeah,
You're gonna hate it.
you should write
That's
more of
what's
those.
gonna
You
sell.
You're gonna
instantly
hate it.
you're like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
write what I want to write.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Nirvana didn't want to play Teen Spirit,
No.
and shit. They probably want to do more stuff off Bleach, or
Yeah.
they didn't want to.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fucking do that over and over and over again. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think we played Teenage Youth today when we jammed, and it was
No,
like
we
I said,
didn't.
it was cool
No.
playing when we did, but it was weird. Like when we got in here driving over here, I was like, dude, it's almost like we never fucking stopped though. They'd start a
We
song.
knew everything. It was like writing.
There was
like-
no awkward stop, pause, fuck up. It was just, I mean, not saying that it sounded great. I mean, it sounded good from where I was sitting,
Mhm.
but it was like we knew the stops, we knew the hits, and then Brandon's like, yeah, we've been doing it for fucking ever. I
dude,
was like,
muscle
yeah.
memory.
It's been
Like,
years since we've
straight
jammed together.
muscle memory.
Even when we're not playing, I still play all this shit.
Oh, I definitely
on
am.
my
Like,
time to
guitar
time,
and or my
yeah.
bass.
Yeah.
I play that shit for my
Until I
kid,
get
dude.
carpal tunnel and I'm all.
Happy
Like-
Gnome will always have a special fucking place in my black fucking
So
corroded heart.
I gotta take a leak.
Go for it.
Take a leak.
I'll be back.
Well,
Take a leak.
dude, we might have to mention the hippie bus and the trip to
We're
Wenatchee.
definitely going to do that.
Hey, don't start talking about that.
We'll wait.
Because I got good stories on that shit.
Oh shit,
We'll wait. We got you. We got stories, bro.
dude. But yeah, dude, I was actually thinking about that the other day, the storage unit and shit. Like going over the periods in my life and shit. Like I actually share that sometimes with people.
Mhm.
Like, oh yeah, man, there was a time I was living in a storage unit. Like, oh man, was it really that bad? Like, no, dude, I chose to live in it.
Well, it's cool too to get like you could tell that story solo. Brandon can tell it solo by himself. I can try to remember it solo, but then when you come together and remember the stories together, the things that you forgot add on, and then you're like, oh fuck,
Like names and
I remember it
times.
like this, but that's actually how it really was.
Yeah, that's what's weird. It's like sometimes I'll tell somebody a story and they'll be like, "No, dude, it didn't happen that way." And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what my brain thinks happened.
Yeah, me too. I do that a lot. And
Fishing
Nicole,
stories.
Nicole, she's really good at setting me to like, that's how you fucking perceive it, but that's not.
You weren't that cool.
You know that what? I can't remember what movie it is, but you like, you think you're at a party and you're like I'll be blacked out and thinking everything's cool. I'm fucking doing this to people. I'm high fiving, but I'm like fucking running into shit and fucking pony condo just. And Nicole's like, think about that party last night really hard. How do you remember it? And I'm like, I was fucking awesome. What are you talking about? She's like, nobody wants to talk to you today.
I was, debonair
naked
as shit.
again, wearing a penguin suit. Anyway, that's another show.
Let's talk.
Yeah, we were on something. What were we talking about?
Well, Kasey wanted to go to the trip to Wenatchee.
So
yeah.
After the Civic, we had the money for the demo. And so we did the demo and we had that and Merc. But then we had some money left over. There was just a little bit of money left. And Eloy talked us into like, I can't remember why Wenatchee.
Going on a road show.
What you
was
guys
that
need
club,
to do
What was
is,
that club called? It was like
I have.
Club Cabana or like.
It was a pizzeria slash
It
arcade
sounded
slash,
badass when we were bringing One Star Sky with us.
Yeah.
And we were all in
we
this
did like
fucking
a one tour,
a bus that was all painted up.
Yeah, we rented from Mike.
Remember, it was
it Matt Boyette's dad?
Yeah,
It was Matt
Boyette's
Boyette,
dad
yeah.
had that bus down on his property. That's the
Over
bus we
by
took
the-
to Wenatchee.
You had a
off the freeway.
legit like school bus.
Yeah.
Like a full-size school
Painted.
bus.
It was like
painted
blue,
purple,
hippie
blue.
fucking
It was over
colors.
by the
God damn
fucking.
it, I
What
have
was that
picture
place?
too somewhere.
There
Dude,
were,
that's cool.
like over by the Thai plant. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Thai plant where their house was and shit. And
me
so
see
yeah,
that.
you
I
would
might-
see it growing up. You would see that fucking bus just sitting there. But yeah, I was like,
He called it
once
the
he went-
bum shanty.
yeah.
The bum shanty, dude.
That's
That's the boy had called it, man.
well, and so we did Civic, got demo, and somehow Wenatchee came up, and he told us, "Oh yeah, Wenatchee," and I didn't know how far away the fuck it was, but we were like, "Yeah, let's go play a show." So we got One Star Sky, and I brought.
He brought this bitch, and we were like, "Fuck no,
She's not a
dude."
fucking bitch.
I don't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
It was, her name is Aaliyah E.
You don't have
We'll
to
say-
say names.
Yeah. Anyways, he brought her.
Either way,
That's why I said the B word.
yeah, this bitch. Well, she wasn't a fuck.
bitch came with
The stupid fucking bitch. Either way.
Any fucking
So
way.
we're on this trip and it's 6 hours
We
away
told them no.
on a fucking, 6 hours away on a good day, I guess, is Wenatchee.
When you're on a school bus, it's like two-day trip.
Yeah. So we're all in the back and we're
Happy Gnome and One Star Sky. So
all of
there's
us
two bands
crammed in the
on
back
one
of this
with
fucking
our
school
gear.
bus because the seats were taken out. So there was a back section. I think it was separated by a sheet.
Callahan went with us on that one too, didn't he?
No, I
Okay,
don't think so.
Sorry.
But so the back section was
Wait a
separated
second.
by a sheet.
Sorry, I got to
Yeah.
interrupt. Who was driving?
Some hippie dude.
Wasn't
Guy by
that
Dad?
Matt Boyette's dad?
I don't think it was.
Well,
Boyette's dad?
I think it was Boyette's dad's
Bob Boyette?
roommate. Not Bob Boyette. I think it was his roommate or something. I know he was in AA and shit. Because my dad, the reason I say that is because my dad's like, before we left, he's like, no fucking smoking weed. Don't be bringing shit on this bus.
No crack cocaine,
and the
motherfucker.
first thing I fucking did, we got on the freeway, is lit up a doobie.
He's in the back. And my dad's like, Cody, get up here. So I'm up there and he's just like, are they fucking smoking weed back there? I'm like, I don't know.
No, dude, we didn't.
You're on the same bus,
And
man.
then I go to ash it, the
And it comes-
doobie out,
Boom.
and the fucking thing came down and burned a giant hole in my pants.
He's like,
They
"Oh,
actually
God
lit it
damn
on fire and
And
shit.
the bus driver's just like, fuck, I need a fucking meeting. Like these guys are driving me nuts.
But didn't you catch your hair on fire?
No,
too?
that was on the way home.
Okay, so
Sorry, keep going. I interrupted you.
no,
you're
there.
fine.
So there, it was only separated by a sheet. There wasn't like a heavy fucking barrier and shit. And this was on the way down. That I remember stuffing some fucking weed and a fucking cigarette. Trying to make it like a spliff. We weren't supposed
Right.
to smoke either or.
That way, so if they smell it,
it smells like a cigarette.
yeah, by the time they come up and try to check it, you're already burning the cigarette.
Yeah, and they're like, a spliff, I think they call it. But yeah, so on the way there, we got basically warned.
Very European of us.
We got fucking warned that, you can't be doing fucking shit, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
My dad was like kind of pissed.
So, but it was cool because we were all chilling out, One Star Sky, us, the bitch.
Yep.
And we get to the fucking show. It was a good fucking awesome ride. I don't remember much about it, but we get to the fucking show, right? And so we're outside of this club or this fucking meetup spot.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was funny.
But it was like
pizzeria.
Yeah, it was a pizzeria arcade thing.
An all-age show.
And so we parked.
Papa John's.
No, it's Wenatchee. They couldn't afford having Papa John's. I think they had a McDonald's, but they were so broke.
It was more of a Pizza Schmizza type joint.
It's a town that's so broke they can't afford a McDonald's. They just call it Donald's because it's not in the budget.
Can't afford the Mick.
We can't afford the Mick.
We took the Mick out of Donald's.
So we parked the bus. We get all of our shit loaded up into their stage. It was a decent area, and this was like about like an hour before the show. We're just kind of hanging out, and the fucking town's dead. Fucking half an hour before the show, still fucking dead.
I think 2 people showed up.
No, what happened
we
was
convinced 2 people to show up.
These 2 kids were frying on mushrooms.
Fucking bite.
And we were like, hey, come with us, man. We got a show.
Come in here. We'll buy you pizza.
So we maxed out capacity at 4, I think. Something like that, including the guy that was running the shit.
Including the bands. We had about 15 people there.
Yeah, because they, but
yeah, it was like,
pretty
it was
sad.
a dud, dude. We're like, really? Fuck.
Because there was nobody there
though.
because we
good jam
scheduled
session.
it on a fucking day where there was a softball tournament in Wenatchee.
Yeah.
So you imagine a place like Wenatchee, bumfuck Egypt, corn cob country and shit.
Corn cob.
And so the biggest fucking show is probably like sporting events. So of course it was scheduled for a day that there was a fucking softball tournament.
So we played for each other, which would end up being pretty cool anyways.
Yeah.
One Star Sky played, and then we played.
Yeah.
They were our
we
running
played.
section.
I think I sang a song with them that they wrote on the way down. Like we were writing songs on the way down and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. So it was a long way. It was like a long ride home because it's like, well, now we got to go 6 hours back. And we could have done this show at the
Hey, but we went all out. That was the thing. We went all out. It didn't matter what kind of show we had. We always went all out, sweating and fucking shit.
It was fun.
So we load up our shit, pack it up, and then we're on our way, back to the Dalles. Just spent all the remainder of our demo money.
You're broke now.
We're broke as fuck.
We were fucking broke as fuck. But it was fun because, just like on the way up, way back, fucking... having a good time.
Bro time and the bitch.
And it wasn't like they're going to kick us off the bus. So, yeah, we were smoking weed back there.
And all the One Star Sky guys, they were sleeping in the fucking, luggage racks.
Because that was so fucking
these
cool.
Little cubby holes.
Yeah, we have pictures of Rod. I think Rod, or maybe it was Josh, crawled up in
one of them. Yeah.
Well, I think they were robo-frying, right?
They took
yellow jackets and Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Remember Robo-Fries?
Robitussin and what?
Just that.
Yellow
they
jackets.
would fucking chug it.
They took energy pills, yellow
They're
jackets,
spiders.
and it was like
What's
yellow
it called
jackets and
when you
nighttime
robo-fry that? Is it
NyQuil,
right?
basically.
Robitussin?
Robotussin. Yeah.
Or there's something. It's the
NyQuil.
no, the
It's
fucking
like
no,
NyQuil.
the
We didn't do it. We were like,
motion.
We're gonna stick
sickness
to our
pills.
safe.
I'm going to
Dramamine.
smoke weed and
Yeah,
drink some
Dramamine.
beer.
Smoke weed. And drink
No, dude,
beer.
I did that with Irvin. We would back in the
Dustin?
day. You could
Dustin?
drink. No, with Shane.
Shane?
You
Yeah,
could
'cause
drink.
Dusty liked doing it when we
you
lived
could-
with them.
You could drink
Yeah.
a whole bottle of cough syrup and get fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
okay.
it was. It was
Yeah.
a Robo-Fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of fucking knocking out, they would take yellow jackets so they could.
So they could be up for their fry, and it's yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when you traded in your V card?
What?
In the back of the bus?
No, it wasn't back of the bus.
What's a
dude,
V card?
No, we were, but that was probably the third time we did it because
okay. I thought it was that night.
No, we knew that. That's why we're like, when Kasey showed up, we're like, fuck, he brought her, and this was gonna be
Yeah,
our thing.
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
so-
passed out
so
in
we
the back
gave
of
them
this
shit.
fucking bus.
No,
dude.
we're not passed out. We were doing stuff in the way back.
You
We
were
were-
passed out, and you fucking know it.
Me and Pondo were annoyed, dude. I took my lighter, and her head is
Sorry, it's
facing
loaded.
Kasey, and I take my lighter, and I'm all, and her hair goes,
Yeah.
oh shit.
I don't know if that thing's been washed for a while, so if I
And I'm laughing my ass up too, and I got in
Jesus
trouble for that
Christ.
later. Why'd you think that was fucking funny?
because it fucking was.
Hey,
fucking
the
funny.
girl could sing though.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, she
she's a
played
talented,
dude,
talented.
very talented, acoustic playing acoustic guitar playing.
Hold on, could you cut this?
We're
Maybe I
probably gonna have to
shouldn't-
cut some shit.
Maybe
yeah.
I shouldn't say it,
Well, he could beep it.
but Farger got some good stories on this chick too.
Oh yeah. Oh, we need to talk about Farg Dog too. Farger was our fucking sit-in
he
drummer.
claims
For
she
I was gonna bring up 5 Minute Man.
yeah. Farg Dog in 5 Minute Man. He was our drummer for when we did Change in the House of Flies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 Minute Man.
5 Minute Man.
And Earache My Eye.
Did he?
Well, you think
Right?
about the
think-
covers that we did. Like the covers that we did were pretty. Like we did Nirvana covers, and
At the beginning.
In the
Yeah.
very beginning, you know how you're not supposed to have all your original songs. You're supposed to be able to play covers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I learned how to play guitar with Nirvana tunes by ear, like
Drain You and Lithium.
Drain You, Lithium. I couldn't do Smells Like Teen Spirit.
No,
because-
fuck no. That
I just
song
couldn't.
sucks.
But yeah, we had we did Bush. I
Green
remember.
Jelly.
Green Day. Basket Case.
Green Jello.
Talking about
Green Jello, yeah,
Green
yeah.
Jello.
Yeah, dude.
Little
Yeah.
Pigs.
Three Little Pigs.
With fucking
Screech.
Screech sang
Fucking
with
Mike
us.
Sanders.
Yeah.
He was our guitar guy.
Head.
Dude, we
that
would
guy's
fucking-
head was fucking huge.
What's that
We
guy's
were-
name?
Mike
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 Sanders.
Sanders. Yeah.
We would
Dude,
cruise
we
around.
had sit-in guitar guys. We had Mike. We had Nick Woolsey. Well, that was before Pando came in.
Misled Mayhem.
We just couldn't have a
Oh,
second
we
guitar
forgot about
guy.
them.
We just
didn't
couldn't.
throw them in there with any of the shows that we talked about.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Misled Mayhem once, and we played with them more than anybody probably.
We did.
Yeah. Well, Nick has a kid with a lady of the Asian persuasion because
She's
I went to
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
I've met her.
I saw her
lives,
face.
Does he lives in Asia or something, doesn't he?
No,
No,
he
they
lives in
moved back.
Vancouver now.
They
Oh.
moved back to the States. I heard all about it when I was fixing a house. And
And
Doing
the bass player's a cop now.
Yeah. Oh, I got
Jake
I got
Ferrer.
a quick one about him.
Jake Ferrer. That Ferrer.
Well, before we another name drop. When before we moved to Portland, he was dating. This probably be beeped out anyways. Kelsey Fairclough, and then Nicole worked with all of them at the nursing home. And Jake, she's like, "Hey, my boyfriend Jake's gonna show up later. I think he used to play music. You guys might get along." Like she wanted me to talk to him or something, so he didn't feel out of. I'm like, "Who the hell's Jake?" So he shows up, and it's Jake Frere. And I was like, "Oh my God, he's a fucking cop too." And she's like, "Yeah, I know he's a cop." I'm like, "He used to fucking be in a punk band." And so I made him take like 5 shots right away. Bing, 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 bing. I knew he was driving home. And
We're gonna test your metal.
we hung out and shit. He was cool as hell. But that's the last time I saw. Yeah, it was 10 plus years ago.
Oh shit,
Mike's a teacher or something, and
Mike.
another good band, another good local band that we didn't mention. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. They were fun. Your cousin, used
They
to
were
hang
part
out
of
with
the
all
Civic
them.
Show, weren't they? Were they a part
Yep.
of the Civic Show? Yeah.
That big one that we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they were cool, man.
but yeah. So I think
Where
after
were we? The bus?
after
So-
the bus. So after the bus, I'm trying to
Circle
remember
back.
the shows
We'll
and shit.
fucking get back.
No, we were jamming a lot, and that's when we really started to get into more complex like rhythms and shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's when we came up with horror, I
Mhm.
think, right? Where I have that guitar part.
Meanwhile, we're
and-
fucking 16 years old at this point.
But wait a
17
minute.
years old.
You guys
Yeah.
had slut and then you had whore.
No.
No,
No,
not
yeah.
in that order.
Not-
No.
No, but he's
Like-
saying we had
You,
Oh,
you had a
yeah,
song
yeah,
named
yeah.
slut and, then
we
you had a song named whore.
We had all
Yeah.
sorts of weird names.
we
was
weren't
kinda-
very deep or complex.
No, you were upset with the ladies.
Yeah, Casey had some
Well,
lady. No,
it just hasn't worked out for me.
He's still single.
I
and
just
we had a song
carried
called
on.
"Daddy No."
Casey is still looking for the right one.
I ain't looking. Shit. That means you're putting effort in. I'm just fucking here. Hit me up, Tinder.
Please swipe right on me.
What's your name?
Don't swipe left when you see this beard. Swipe right. Happy Gnome. But yeah, that was so we got back from Wenatchee.
Mm-hmm.
When did it all stop for us? When did we stop really playing though? Was it when we
Oh,
graduated?
man.
No, it was when I left on the boat. When
Yeah.
I went to go
We were
work
kinda
for
like,
Columbia
okay.
It's your fault.
University.
Well, I remember we
That's
graduated.
when we like completely slowed down.
Jimmy split the
'Cause
band.
I was gone for
Well, it was when you,
like 8
me, and
months.
Coral were in the house over on 16th Place.
Mhm.
And then you were talking about, skipping out. Because in the basement, we had everything set up.
Yeah.
And you were coming down,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Well,
So we were still jamming.
They were jamming.
and
we
then-
moved to Portland out of that house.
Well, yeah.
Me, Pando, and
But I'm
Dusty.
saying at the house. That's when it kind of started.
Started to split because me and you moved to Portland and we were still kind of doing our thing. But you were with somebody.
Well, no,
at the
because
time.
the day before I left on that boat, we were recording that album at Kaiser's house.
Oh, yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
dude,
I totally forgot
that,
about
too.
it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
We never fucking paid them, so they never mixed it.
Well, no,
so
you paid him. No,
I think you ended up paying
all
him.
three of us were supposed to pay, and he ended up paying because he
broke
said,
ass bitches.
So
I'm not gonna give you guys
recorded
the
at Jake
final-
Kaiser. You know Jake Kaiser from
But
Dead
Eric-
Kid Schmello.
Dead Kid Schmello.
on
yeah.
Pentland Street.
Aaron, what's his last name? He's recording.
He's one of the Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah, one of the
him
many.
and Jake lived together at that Pentland house, and they
one.
Aaron Garcia recorded
Kitty Corner from the fucking Adams.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I still pass. They still live there.
Across from the
Heather
Rockwells.
and Jake, they
Yeah.
still live there and shit.
But we
like-
recorded. That's right. We forgot to talk about that. We recorded a few. He recorded our newer shit up in his upstairs.
Yeah, because from the time of the demo till that recording,
That's
this
all we
is
had.
when we built up the more complex songs. This is when we had more ideas,
Right.
and this is when we actually put thought
We
and
really
a lot of
finding
heart.
ourselves.
Yeah,
we were
fine-tuning.
19 at this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
recorded the first
16.
one at like 16.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we felt like we were growing up as musicians to what we wanted to do. More so we wanted to find a sound.
yeah.
But you recorded the second album and you couldn't pay him, so he didn't mix it.
I paid him enough so we could get the recording,
Mhm.
and then we never got the mix.
Yeah.
So when you listen to the songs, it's just like
It's rough.
it's
Fucking all over the
everywhere.
place.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
hear it all over the place. And
But
shit,
are they
but-
separate? Are they separated?
No, the tracks are all together.
Well, no, they're. When you gave me that zip drive,
The songs are together.
But I
No,
mean,
but he
it's not.
means-
It's not like the bass and the guitar and the second guitar and
no,
the solo
no,
and the
they're-
drums.
It's all together.
Yeah,
yeah,
it just wasn't like
Yeah.
mastered or anything.
yeah, he didn't take out the shh, the background noises and shit. Like
And I
maybe
had
the
no
echo.
fucking clue what I was doing.
Because we were in the attic space, which had a fucking echo, right? It had good acoustics, but you definitely hear, a mouse fart from across the room.
And at this
So-
point, I'm taking my drums all over the place because we're living in Portland. We're doing this, and I'm playing with the misbeats too.
Mhm.
So we're recording this. I'm recording with them and doing shit. So it was just like wherever I had time to do it, or whenever these guys had time to do it, we
Honda
did.
was bussing tables.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what happened when you were doing stuff with the Misbeats? Were these guys pissed? Or like, what are you
No,
doing?
I don't think they were ever pissed, and
No.
if they were never, it wasn't like it was like I'm quitting. It was like I was just supposed to sit in with the misbeats for a show. Ryan came to me and was like, their drummer was going to college, Riley Stovall,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, I don't have time to do the band anymore. And then Adrian and him were still like, we want to play, and they had like a couple gigs lined up. So Ryan knew me through my dad, kind of, and I think Happy Gnome played a couple shows with the Misbeats before that. So I was just supposed to sit in for a couple gigs, and then it turned into I was their drummer.
Yeah.
So
There was no animosity for him doing that because
I think we
you know.
played. Happy Gnome got to play our first bar when we were 18
Oh,
at the North Shore in Bingen with the Misbeats.
I
and
thought we
this other
played the
band.
Windy on a Halloween.
No, but I mean, we were 18. This is our first bar gig, and we were 18.
I thought the Windy was our first bar gig.
no.
No, the North Shore was.
That one
Well,
later.
my shit's fried
Because
from years of drug abuse.
Nicole was the door lady. She was checking IDs, and she's fucking 18 years old. How ironic is that? There's a picture of me playing the bass for, I forgot what Misbeat song I played the bass for. I think we did Japanese Squeeze or something. And Casey's fucking hammered in front of me, just going. And we're 18 years old.
My
It was
hand isn't
awesome.
on him, by the way.
It's kind of like
just-
this. I don't know.
It,
But that
it-
was the Misbeat.
it was a proper
Happy
90
Gnome.
degree, not a 45.
Yeah. That's like the pinnacle of mixing me with other bands with these guys.
Well, yeah, because we went to shows and it was fucking rocking, dude. Being able to be in the audience of the show and see him do his thing and shit.
It was different than
Like-
anything I ever done. So it was fun. It was definitely different than what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's for another podcast.
So there was the reunion last summer.
It was
No, it was
two.
Fuck,
Was
that
it
was
2 years ago?
3
Two.
years
19.
ago.
Was it 19?
It was pre-pandemic.
It was. Yeah,
The
it
one where
was.
Hoover got beat up?
Yep.
By a girl.
Let's talk about that one.
No comment.
No, because like I said before, I was asked what happened, and I divulged what I heard and then what I saw.
And we all saw him get beat up by a girl.
Why did he get beat up by a girl?
Oh God.
Well, you can't hit a
we're on the
girl, so
fucking-
he just had to take it.
Yeah, no, you just have to take one
Dude,
off
we
the
were
chin,
playing
literally.
on the fucking stage, and all I remember doing is seeing like.
I just remember like, what the fuck is going on down there?
There was this dude called Crazy. All right, that was his. It's not his Christian name, but that was his handle. And apparently, there was people bumping into each other, and then don't fucking bump into my fucking friend. Whoever
Yeah.
said it, and so scuffles
kept
happened,
happening.
and then like Sarah got involved. This
Mhm.
chick Sarah, and she's a rough chick, dude. She, you know, she's a rough chick, and.
I didn't
Look-
see any of it.
Well, that's the thing is,
I
I
was
was
more
told
worried
all
about my
fucking
beer.
secondhand. What
I was
the fuck
just, like,
happened?
I just fucking pulled the plug on the show and was like, get that motherfucker out of here. What the fuck just happened?
Get him out. I'd
And then-
rather you tell the story because all I remember,
Yeah,
all I remember seeing is just fucking people like doing this at each other after everything.
I thought
happened.
Farger was getting in a fight. I looked at Farger and he was
Crazy
like,
bumped into Farger.
Yeah.
Farger was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And so that's where it started. And then in between there and what I saw
Yeah.
from the stage,
yeah. So
I
then
don't
whoever got hit, and then we got that guy kicked out, and we finished the song and we finished the set.
yeah. Well, we were supposed to finish, I think, before that because they were like, "Yeah, but
I think, but overall, I think that fucking went pretty well.
no,
I think
dude, it was
cool.
fucking awesome because we did jam."
What were we saying? Older, fatter, and
Older, fatter,
fatter.
and drunker than ever.
It sounds like no effects, dude.
Yeah, we got a little less hair, a little more fucking meat, and maybe a little drunker.
But the awesome thing was the jam sessions leading up to that because
Oh, yeah.
we got like two
Yeah.
or three in, I think.
Yeah, and they were like all day jam sessions.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, oh,
we
let's
didn't get
practice.
to play. We didn't
this
get to
set
play
list.
a lot.
Like we tried to pick the cream of the crop of Happy Gnome.
well, we had
But
to
we
play
were-
My Scary Basement.
Yeah, and we wrote when we first got together, we wrote everything. We each had a piece of paper, or maybe we had one, and we wrote every fucking song we ever played or ever could remember. Like
Mhm.
anything you remember. I don't give a shit if it was a riff we did, if it was something. So
There
we
was
took
close
that.
to 30 songs.
Yeah, I was surprised. We took that, and then we kind of trimmed it, and then we jammed, and then we had
Then
3
we
jam
timed it.
sessions.
Then we had to time it
Yeah.
at the end where it's like, okay, we have to fill this space. And I remember the discussion was, are we just going to play through or are we going to fucking bullshit in between songs? But it was
Yeah.
about fucking playing the music.
Yeah,
Right. And what's cool about the basement was I don't know if Shannon was there. I'm not sure if he was,
I think
I
he
don't-
came down for one.
but our
He's hanging
kids
out
were
with-
there.
Yeah.
All of our kids, my son, of course, it's Brandon's fucking house. And I'm pretty,
Yeah.
Shannon was there, but it was fucking cool.
So we got to
Dude.
all hang out all day long. Every time we did it, we made sure, okay, we're going to start at noon and we're just going to fucking play until either one of us is too drunk. I mean, me or Brandon, or fucking, or if we're just done playing, you know? And then now Brandon can play for 20 minutes
Yep.
and he can't play anymore. No, but I know what you're saying, Casey. It was fucking fun. And we only got to jam like 3 times before we got to do the show.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 times.
How many songs did you play at the show?
Oh, shit.
You had 30 total that you could have played.
Yeah.
How many did you have?
Well, the first fucking band, dude.
I don't know.
It was their turn to come up, and we were trying to find the fuckers. Apparently, they were in the bar, like having a couple drinks
I
when
think
it was
only
like
2 of them
their
showed up too.
yeah. So they needed a fill in or whatever.
I don't
But
know. I think we played maybe 12 to 15.
we could burn
12?
12. We could go through it quick.
yeah, we were
Maybe
back to
12.
back.
And it was cool because it was cool seeing kids that like a lot of Todd's friends that were in the basement while we're playing throughout the years
Yeah.
there. And like
Grew
Bako
up.
and like just all the kids that are they're kids, they're adults now, and we all have family, but it was like brought you back to like, oh yeah, fuck. And originally Hotbox was supposed to do the show with us, and they started getting together and jamming too, and they were going to be a part of this
Mhm.
big fucking old reunion, and they never did.
They
I mean,
needed
they played a
more
few.
time.
They needed, yeah. They wanted it to be a real, and I get it. They were only going to do it one time. They wanted it to be a real big, like a solid,
Big old
whatever
thing.
And we were ready just to fucking get up there and play.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
So when's the next show?
Today,
Fucking-
you missed it.
Yeah.
Fucking when Jimmy's done getting rebuilt,
I got 2 hand surgeries coming up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Party in P-Town.
fucking switch hitting.
But today when I played, my fingers didn't go numb, so it was nice.
Yeah, we thought about jamming last night. I was like, let's go to my studio before we go to do the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy's been having carpal tunnel issues, and he's like, well, we'll see. If I jam for 20 minutes, my hand starts getting on fire, and it's hard for him to do it. But he did it, and I'm proud.
Yeah.
He popped some kratom and fucking did it like a man. Like a man. He
When
was,
I got
like a
2
man.
songs in before, I'm like, fuck, I need earplugs.
I'm like, Kasey, did you bring strings?
Shit. No strings brought. None brought.
Need the string.
Hey, go guys. I need strings.
So, yeah.
But now we're just fucking, like he said, all of our kids have uncles. We're all each other's families, uncles and kids, and now we're old and we get to jam every once in a while. We don't get to see each other as much as we do, but
Man.
when we do, like, this has been awesome.
I see his bitch ass every day.
Yeah, he does. Never mind. I should say
Oh,
I don't
bitch
get to
ass.
see these guys.
You bitch.
Bitch
Whatever.
ass.
You love it.
Whatever, cable
Bitch
daddy.
ass motherfucker. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. I think we about nailed it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.